What is going on, everybody? This is podcast week number 8. This is D-Man Gaming 18 here. And, we got so much to talk about this week. Like, there is a ton of game news because we are in the month of June. No E3, but E3 time, essentially. And there is a lot of freaking video game news this past week. It's crazy how much is going out. There might even be a Nintendo Direct coming, but we have not gotten any news yet. But that will probably be coming soon. And maybe other stuff too. I don't know. There's tons of stuff going on. So, I mean, we'll start off with looking at Summer Game Fest, as I have the list of lots of different things. Some people called it Summer Snooze Fest. I mean, there was some good stuff. But a good chunk of it was kind of very meh. To me anyways. I mean, but there was some cool stuff. And if Isaiah or Mark come in, I mean, I can go back over whatever. It started off, and for me, it started off very strong. I mean, actually, most people would agree it started off really strong. It started off with Street Fighter 6, getting an announcement, getting a trailer for Guile, new character. Oh, he looks really freaking cool. I love the art design for this game. They're using the RE engine for this game, which they didn't use that for Street Fighter 5, which is their newest engine that they used for Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake. So they've been using that quite a bit for their newer Capcom's newer games and such. And I like the style. I like the art style. It's very colorful, and it just looks more fun, and it's also going to be more for casuals and pros of all kind. Kind of like Mortal Kombat 11 was kind of more for. It was a lot more casual friendly, and any fighting game that's more casual friendly to me is a good thing, you know. But it started off with the Guile reveal, which was a strong start to Summer Game Fest. I mean, I'll probably agree. I mean, a Street Fighter announcement at the very beginning is a strong start.
Dude, definitely.
So from there, they went and I thought this was going to be something awesome. A new Alien game. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, is this going to be like Alien Isolation? Like, it's called Aliens Dark Descent. And it's a new game in the Alien franchise coming next year. And it had a really cool cinematic trailer, but they showed like 2 mere seconds of gameplay, and I think it's a top-down like strategy type game. And I'm like, man, disappointed me, dude. I was really looking forward to it.
I'm kind of disappointed in the naming.
Aliens Dark Descent.
Dark Descent. There's already Amnesia Dark Descent. So
Yeah,
I don't know. A little too similar.
Yeah, it's a top-down perspective strategy game, I guess. Real-time strategy game. So I'm like, man, that's not something for me. I mean, I like Alien, but I like Alien Isolation. It's kind of cool. It's kind of a horror action type thing, and it's kind of a cool game, but you know, I'm not a real-time strategy top-down type person. I don't know if any of you guys are, but not me.
Depends on the game.
Top-down turn-based I can get into.
Or it's real time. It's not turn based.
Like, full-fledged real time. Yeah, that's not really not my cup of tea.
I just think it's weird for Alien. You know,
I like the turn based.
I know there was that Alien game that was multiplayer that was announced a while ago or something. That was like 4-player co-op or something against aliens. What?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Fire Team Elite.
Fire Team Elite. Okay, yeah. Did that come out? No, I don't think that came out.
Yeah.
Oh, it did.
It did.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't know how that was, but
I heard it's pretty good, but I haven't tried it myself.
I gotcha. Now from there we got something that this sold me on this game, and it comes out in December, and I'm absolutely getting this game. This dude, yeah. Some of this is a little more rapid fire, but the Callisto Protocol. Holy crap! This game looks so good. Like, anyone who's a fan of Dead Space, it's made by the people who made Dead Space, and they came out with actual gameplay at Summer Game Fest. This game looks so good, like, for the horror action genre, and it looks a lot like Dead Space, the way the character moves kind of slower, and the way the enemies move slower, like, but in the right kind of way. The Callisto Protocol looks freaking awesome. Like, I am really impressed with this game. At first, it was like, okay, well, you know, the first trailer was like, whoa, this looks terrifying and crazy. But then they revealed gameplay for it. And even, like, the helmet, or maybe without his helmet, too, he has his health, like, green health on the back of his neck, kind of like Dead Space. And, the game looks freaking awesome. I mean, what do some of you guys think that I've seen? Anything on Callisto Protocol?
Well, so far, it looks really nice. I think it looks very cool. It's definitely it gives me a lot of Dead Space vibes. But yeah, it looks like it'd be really good, and the graphics look great too. If I get a
graphics do
chance to
look
play
good.
it, I will.
The graphics do look really good, for sure. Justin, I know you've seen some stuff on this game. We talked about it a little last week.
I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna be quite scared while I'm playing it, but you know it's gonna be worth it because it's gonna be quite the experience. I am so excited for this.
It looks
You gonna play
really
it in the dark?
Yeah,
I probably will too.
But I mean, you're gonna end up, you know, getting marked,
In
but it's gonna be worth it.
the gameplay trailer, they took like ideas from I guess this started with like Resident Evil 4 back in the day when there's unique ways that you can die, and at the end of the gameplay trailer, the character dies and he just gets shredded to pieces. His arm got stuck in the freaking shredder thing, and then he's like, and then just head, the full body just goes in. You see the legs wiggling, just shredded. Like, oh, the amount of ways you'll be able to die in this game is probably gonna be insane. Like, if you don't witness them all in first playthrough, it's gonna be one of those things you either look up or you play through the game again just to see the different like death animations. And I'm really curious on that. It looks good. It looks really good. Truly.
I can tell you for sure the first 5 minutes of me playing, I'm probably have to go out to the bathroom.
Doing a little
Like
penguin walk
100% guaranteed.
as you go upstairs. Doing a little penguin walk because you got to clench your ass cheeks before you shoot yourself.
You know, it's funny. It comes out in December, and then the Dead Space remake is scheduled for January. They're different developers. Like, it's a different developer doing the remake for Dead Space, but I find it funny how one comes out, how Callisto Protocol, made by the Dead Space developers, comes out in December, and then the other game comes out in January, the Dead Space remake. I'm like, wow, they're only less than 2 months apart from each other. I'm like, how ironic.
Indeed.
Awfully convenient, if you ask me.
I guess it was just, yeah. So after that, Modern Warfare 2 got a new trailer. You know, looks like Call of Duty.
Oh.
Looks like a lot like the first one. You know, nice engine, nice graphics. It got
Well,
a campaign.
it is Call of Duty because
Yeah.
it is Modern Warfare.
Yeah, it got a good, cool campaign trailer. You know, showed one of the missions, and I guess a lot of people said that mission looked a lot like a mission from Call of Duty 4, which that's pretty cool. You know, I mean that's probably good. I mean, it's Call of
I
Duty.
just know me and Justin will be playing the fuck out of that game when that
Oh,
game
I
drops.
even will. No, I even will. I even will. It's Modern Warfare
I'm
2.
gonna be all over that.
I'm not even
All over.
a big COD guy, but I played Modern Warfare 1. That's the last COD I played. That's the only COD that I played since Black Ops.
The Modern Warfare, like the first Modern Warfare, and then all the way up to 3 are like the best. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
the OGs, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And then Black Ops 1 and 2 was pretty good. But like I'm not even the thing is with me, I might not even play the multiplayer right away because I want to get into the campaign. I want to know what happens next because I like the characters.
You know the campaign.
I like the
is gonna be
characters.
Good.
Oh yeah, like in the
Campaign's
first
gonna
game,
be amazing.
like in the first game that
Gonna be unreal.
hotels or that when they went in that building and like shot up all the
You
enemies
did
in the
strategically clear it out. In,
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the dark, and
Yeah.
it was so realistic.
that was like the scene of that
there
game
would be-
that everyone remembered.
There would be military people I see who would react to it on YouTube, and they're like, "This is real.
Mhm.
Like this is like you would go into the one room, and there was the mom with the child, and then the dad, and then you had to shoot the dad in the head, and then the mom and the child are sitting there, and you're like, well, they could be terrorist threats too, and if you sit
Mhm.
there and wait, eventually the mom turns around and pulls out an AK, and then you have to shoot her. Like that's just how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
Mhm.
just then you have to
Yeah.
shoot the kid too.
Yeah.
Because if you
crap.
don't kill them off, there could be future problems.
Yeah, like it's crazy realistic.
It's
Yeah.
effed up shit.
But yeah, Modern Warfare 2. I mean, obviously there's not a whole lot we can talk about with it yet because you know we haven't seen the multiplayer. We haven't seen. They did mention Warzone 2.0. You know that's obviously a thing and stuff that people have been talking about. So we don't know a whole lot about it yet. So there's not a whole lot left to talk about there. But it got a campaign trailer and it looks good and you know it looks pretty. So yeah. Flashback 2, I mean, says 30 years after the original. I don't know what it is. Sean might be the only one that would probably know what Flashback is. I don't
Honestly, I
know.
had no idea what that
Original
was.
classic action adventure game. That's just a quick rundown there. I mean, so moving on. I mean, Sean can look, but I mean, Flashback. Yeah, I don't know. Fort Solis. This is. I don't know if it grabs me right now because I don't know what the gameplay is gonna be like and stuff. It says it's a single-player third-person thriller set on the far side of Mars. But it has Troy Baker, so I mean, that's always good. Troy Baker's such an amazing actor.
Maybe.
He's an amazing actor in The Last of Us and Red Dead Redemption 2 as Arthur Morgan. He plays in other stuff. He's a really excellent video game actor. He's won a lot of awards and stuff. I mean, anything with Troy Baker, at the very least, the story's going to be good. But I don't know. It just says single-player third-person thriller. So that's on Mars. So I don't know anything about it right now. They talked about it a little bit, but we don't know a whole lot about it other than the idea of what it might be. So it wasn't nothing that captured me right now. I'm like, oh, Troy Baker, that's cool, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be something that catches my eye, you know? So that was something that...
It might be good. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of it.
Well,
Yet.
Oh, nobody has. I mean, you know, Witchfire was the
Looks
next one.
interesting.
Witchfire looks kind of cool. Okay, Witchfire is that new first-person shooter, but it's got like a mixture of like Doom and like I don't know what else you want to call it, like a cowboy type aspect with like different abilities and like fire and crazy stuff. Witchfire looks kind of neat. It was apparently announced back in 2017. But you get different abilities, new gunplay. It's kind of somewhat fast paced. There's like abilities where like you this flash of light yellow light that he like threw on the ground and there was like a bell in the air. He shot the bell and it affected like the enemies and hurt them and like the enemies are teleporting around. He's doing different stuff with his either handguns or his shotgun and stuff. It looks kind of cool. You know?
It does look cool.
Yeah.
Very much. It sounds very fast
Reminds
paced.
me of Bioshock almost.
A little
Like
bit.
And like the art style
yeah.
of the
Oh,
game
yeah.
itself, I guess.
A
Like
little
a
bit.
magical Bioshock in fashion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of type dealio.
It could be something good. It very well could be
No,
something.
definitely.
Good.
Yeah, I'm watching it as we
Interesting,
speak.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, same here.
It does look interesting. It does look like something that could be pretty cool. It caught my eye at least a little bit. Like, I mean, I don't know if it'll be like a Game Pass or anything like that, but I mean, I don't think it's something I would like buy day one or anything, but it looks like something I would still play like on sale, you know.
It's like Diablo Bioshock.
Kinda, yeah.
Diablo and
Yeah.
Bioshock had a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say something like that, yeah. I can't argue that one.
For sure, interesting.
mhm.
I feel well, and it seems to be like a high mix of well, not like a super high, but at least like kind of a little bit of a variation of weapons. I seen like a crossbow in there,
Yeah.
and then like a couple
Mhm.
different pistols, and so
Mhm.
that'd be kind of, and then obviously with the different magic and whatnot, probably be fun to friggin' you know what I mean, pull off some pretty crazy combos.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Indeed.
Whatever.
Hmm.
Whatever routine is, it's something that resembles something of Alien Isolation. But I don't even remember what it is. It doesn't even show me a picture of what routine is. So I don't know. Outrider World Slayer. A new trailer for Outriders World Slayer DLC. Oh, it's a DLC for Outriders. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I haven't played Outriders. I don't know if any of you have played any of Outriders. I don't know if that's a free to play. Is
I
Outriders a
haven't
free to
played
play
any
game?
Outriders games.
Is that a free to play? I don't even know. I
I
never
don't
played
know.
it, so I don't know about Outriders.
I didn't either. It looked really good, and then I never played it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Same here.
Same.
Routine is a first-person sci-fi horror set in an abandoned lunar base designed around an 80s vision of the future.
So it's kind of
Oh,
a bad movie
wait. Routine. Okay. Yeah. It had a small teaser. Routine Routine is the one that has Mick Gordon doing the score. Mick Gordon, if you don't know, is the guy who did Doom and Doom Eternal, and he's doing the score for Routine. So
Oh.
even though
Okay.
even though they didn't show any of his music in the teaser, it was like a 30-second teaser or something, and it looked really creepy and interesting, but we don't know anything about it because it was just a CG trailer. And I mean, yeah, I'm only interested because I don't because they said Mick Gordon's doing the music. I'm like, okay, and the trailer, the little teaser looked interesting to me, so I'm like, okay,
It's spooky.
I'm intrigued
it's
by what
spooky.
Routine might be, because it does give an Alien Isolation type vibe. But if Mick Gordon's doing the music, it's not gonna be like, it's not. There's no way if Mick Gordon's doing the music that it's gonna be a slow pace, hiding around and stuff type game. It might be a little quicker pace of a weird type shooter, but we don't know anything about it right now. It's just Mick Gordon doing the music. It feels like it'd be, I don't know. I don't know. He does like heavy metal and
It's
stuff. So
It's hard. It's hard to say
Cameron,
for sure.
Cameron, what do you think?
Mick Gordon also does kind of like electronic music too. If you listen to the Wolfenstein soundtrack, it of course it also has like a lot of instruments and stuff you'd hear from like 40s music and stuff like that. But
If you think of like
there's
80s
a lot more
kind of
electronic
techno
music.
or something, almost, I feel like maybe something like that type dealio.
Something. I think the best way to put it is my thoughts the first time I played Doom 2016. I'm like, man, this sounds like if Nine Inch Nails was heavy metal.
So, Cameron, did you watch the teaser for Routine? You should watch it if not, because I'm like, okay, Mick Gordon's doing the music for this. What's this gonna be like? You know?
And I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, you probably should, because I'm like, I can't even tell what kind of score it's gonna have, because it's this sci-fi scary type vibe to it, with these like robotic aliens. Like, I don't know.
They're creepy.
Yeah, the one that pops
They're
up
like-
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, they're like a. I don't even know. It's it's definitely its own game for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stormgate. Stormgate is a new free-to-play real-time strategy game that was announced from Frost Giant Studio. I don't think that's anything any of us really care about. Same goes for High Water. I'm pretty sure these were just indie games. Stormgate might not be, but High Water I think was an indie game, if I recall. A colorful strategy game. Yeah, I think High Water was just another indie game that was not something of really any of our taste. American Arcadia, which is a 2.5D platformer set in the 70s retro-futuristic city.
Nothing like
Can we
retro future.
Yeah, I don't know. American Arcadia. Okay.
Retro?
So...
Wouldn't retro future be now?
It's hot ice.
Yeah. So the next
General specific.
the next one's a big one, cause oh, there's Mark. The
Hey,
next
the Monkey Bunch.
the next one's a big deal.
What do you got?
Ghost Simulator 3.
Oh Jesus.
Sheldon, did you watch my reaction to that?
I did.
And how I'm in and how I'm in and how I'm in a thing with a bunch of other people. How someone put me in a complete
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
The video has over that reaction has over 7,000 views right now. They got me good. You know, dude, Dead Island 2 was revealed back in 2014, and the game still isn't out. It's rumored for next year. Like, it's getting highly rumored that it's finally coming out next year. And oh my gosh, we all thought it was Dead Island 2. Like, everyone's so excited for Dead Island 2 just because, yes, the first one's a classic. It's a pretty good game, but it's because how long we've been waiting. It's because how long we've been waiting for Dead Island 2 that it's like, dude, like, we've been waiting so long for Dead Island 2 that I got baited hard with that trailer, man. I flipped out because even Jeff Keighley himself, yeah, Jeff Keighley was like, this long-awaited sequel, but don't get bitten or whatever. It's like, dude, Jeff was in on it too. It's like, are you kidding me? He says that while he's on a beach and everything, and everyone's like, Dead Island 2? What? Is this Dead Island 2? Like, we've been waiting since 2014, man. And then here comes a goat, and a goat just rams a lady.
Dude.
It's like, are you kidding me?
Poor goats.
I mean, it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
The game did look really good.
Oh, yeah. And actually, to be honest, I think Goat Simulator 3 might be multiplayer. And I'm going to be real. If Goat Simulator 3 is multiplayer, you bet I'm playing it. You bet I'm playing it.
Honestly, though.
If Goat Sim 3 is freaking multiplayer, you bet that we're freaking playing the heck out of it.
It'd be like,
honestly.
At that point, it'd be like GTA with a goat skin.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because, see, I remember we had gotten the first one on PlayStation Plus, and it was like, oh, you can't actually play multiplayer. You can do couch co-op, I think, but not multiplayer. And it looks like this one's going to be 4-player multiplayer. And I think that's probably something the community of Goat Simulator has asked for, just so they can play with their friends and stuff. So, honestly, Goat Sim 3 is kind of getting me hype.
It's just a goofy, funny fucking, game to play. Just goof around on, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Well, Mark disappeared. Yeah, where's Justin? I don't know.
Mark doesn't like us, that's why.
Well, we'll come back a little bit. We'll backtrack.
Ghost Simulator does look good though.
But I cannot.
If it's cheap, I'll probably grab it.
I'll go Sim 3.
It
It
Ghost
should be.
Simulator game.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, should be no more than $20.
Get the boys to play that.
Honestly, look, Ghost Simulator is just like a joke of a game, but if it's multiplayer, that's gonna make it all the more fun. I will make content galore with that game. Not even just streaming it. I will make videos for YouTube or tons of highlights from Twitch streams for YouTube for that freaking game if it's multiplayer. Because it will be so hilarious to play with people. It'll be so hilarious to play. Yeah. Yeah, you straight up live stream it and then you'll get so many highlights. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be freaking funny as heck.
Sitting there just dying laughing.
Yeah, honestly. Because the first one made me laugh. I mean, not even watching people when I experienced the game when I got it on PC, it was kind of funny. So, I mean, yeah. So we'll backtrack, but not yet. Marvel Midnight. Is that? Oh no, that's Mark. Okay. Hey, Mark. So, a lot of this you might not know, but I mean, Modern Warfare 2. You seen it had a campaign trailer. It looks cool. Looks pretty. There's not a whole lot to say out about it until there's more on multiplayer. We got details that Warzone 2.0 is a thing. Callisto Protocol got at Summer Game Fest got a new freaking trailer. Looks freaking amazing. Looks absolutely amazing. Justin said he's gonna get one comes out. I'm gonna get one. I showed you the trailer, not the gameplay trailer. The gameplay trailer was after the Sony State of Play. It was at Summer Game Fest. They showed actual gameplay. And it looks so good. It comes out in December. Oh,
I just remember you showing me.
Yeah.
Sorry, my internet's been bugging, so I'm
That's okay. Street Fighter 6 new character reveal, which was Guile, so that's cool. Aliens got a new real-time strategy game. Meh. Nothing special. There was some other stuff here. Witchfire, which is a first-person shooter, looks really cool. I don't think I showed you that one. Nothing else crazy here, but we were just talking about Ghost Simulator 3. Mark, you know, I got baited real bad on that. My video has over 7K views right now. It's ridiculous. Like, plus I was in that compilation with a bunch of other reactors, which was unreal. But Mark, Goat Sim 3 actually might be multiplayer. It's looking like looks like it's gonna be 4-player co-op, so might actually be worth it.
That would be nice.
It'd be fun.
That would be cool for all of us to play.
Yep. So, Marvel Midnight Sun was the next game here. And, I wish Isaiah was here for some input on this, but, I've seen the gameplay. It looks like a Marvel frickin' mobile game, turn-based card thing. It sucks because the trailers are so good for it, and they hype it up to be like this super amazing cinematic type game, and then it ends up like they're tricking people because not everyone's looking up the actual gameplay for this game. They're releasing cinematics in these shows because they released another cinematic, I think, at the Game Awards last year when they revealed the game. I believe it was Game Awards. And both trailers are amazing. This one and the previous one. But you look at if you look up, there is gameplay, and it's like, it's just not. It's not anything
Disappointing.
It's not anything special at all. It's just a turn-based card system RPG thingy. I don't know. It's not anything I'm into whatsoever. Graphically, it looks like kind of mobile-ish, and it's gonna be a $70 game. So it's like, meh. It doesn't. Yeah. See, you see what I mean? It does not look anything like
a turn-based game.
Exactly.
Screw that noise.
It does not look anything like what the trailers are showing. They're deceiving people with the game until they actually... I mean, they revealed gameplay, but not at these shows, and these shows is where people are kind of looking at these games. And it's like Marvel Midnight Suns, the cinematic trailers for this Marvel game look awesome, but then the gameplay... Oh, I'm not playing it. That's for dang sure.
Yeah,
I might look up the cutscenes, though, because the game's cutscenes in this look awesome. So the story itself, like watching the cutscenes, might be freaking cool, but the game itself, it's not. You know, I don't know. It's nothing. Sheldon, did you look at it?
Yeah, I'm watching it now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Yeah.
I don't know how I feel like about it being like kind of like you were saying, more along the lines of like mobile game or something.
Yep. It's
I want to play a
I feel
magic
like
game and play magic.
Yeah, I mean, like the concept of it's kind of cool with like the the cards and whatnot, the different abilities. I can kind of get into that, like me personally. I like my turn based, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. There's so many other games that are like card games like that out that I would rather just play instead.
Yeah.
I guess more or less.
For sure.
I don't know. There's no like appeal. I feel like,
Scream
unfortunately.
disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like the new Joker movie.
Oh,
Well,
we
and you
don't
think,
even
like,
talk about that.
You'd think too, with it coming from like Marvel and 2K making it, it'd be something.
Phil, we were just talking about Marvel.
Something more than what it is.
We were just talking about Marvel Midnight Sun, and how the cinematics look cool, but the game itself is kind of like just a mobile turn-based card type game,
Yeah,
and
it
it's
looks
not.
pretty mad, but the cinematics are amazing though.
Yeah, the CG trailers look awesome, but they're misleading because half the audience doesn't even know what this game is, because they're showing the cinematics at game shows. Summer Game Fest for this one, and the previous one was at the Game Awards last year, and no gameplay was at any of those. So I don't know. They showed gameplay.
We don't even know what it looks like.
Yeah. So next up is something kind of exciting. Problem is that I never finished the game because it is frickin' hard to beat. That's Cuphead. Its DLC is finally coming out on June 30th. Cuphead: The Last Course. There was finally the Cuphead DLC is being released. It showed the new character fighting a like ice type boss. Looks really cool, really fun. It's taken them like a few years to make this, but they also hand draw everything about Cuphead, so it's like highly impressive. So essentially, the Cuphead DLC is basically like a game in itself. I think it's a little lengthy, plus it's gonna be difficult. I never finished the base game because it's hard as heck. So I got pretty far, but I didn't finish it. I lost my patience, essentially, especially when you play by yourself. If you're playing with someone, it's kind of fun. I actually played a good chunk of it with Steve, but yeah, eventually I just stopped.
Steven doesn't play anything with anybody anymore. Let's be real.
Yeah.
He doesn't play anything with me.
Neon White. This is a new game coming to Switch and I guess PC on June 16th, and it is a first-person fast action pace, lightning fast first-person action game, essentially. Yeah. Exterminate demons, beyond pearly gates. It's like super duper fast. Like you're just going really, really, really fast paced.
Yeah, it looks really good too.
It doesn't look that bad. It looks really good,
nicely
actually.
animated.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool. It does look kind of cool. I can't argue that.
I was gonna say it looks really nice.
Mark's like, what are you guys talking about? No. Cameron, are you
Doesn't know.
still alive?
Watch things.
No.
Oh, dang.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
Mm.
I know none of this so far at the moment catches interest there. So, Warframe, you know, new DLC, expansion,
Yeah, it's a
another
new DLC thing
update.
that looks interesting.
Duviri
I'm hoping with this
Paradox.
new DLC that they.
Sean, what do you got to say about Duviri Paradox? I'm sure you got something to say.
Hopes.
I mean, Sean, me,
yeah,
Sean, and Phil are the Warframe players here.
I'd say with the new DLC that I'm seeing, the new stuff that looks like they're doing for Warframe, I hope they improve the operator stuff, because that would be really nice. Because I can't stand using operator, at least back when I had operator before I had my get a new account. So I just hope that will help with it, because it looks like they're adding more stuff for the operator.
Yeah, to tell you how much I usually play this game, I just logged in at my 560th day on this account.
I don't log in on dailies. I'm over 300, I think. I don't know, but I just get my weekly statues usually. I don't know. It's been a while.
It's on this account. My Xbox, I had about the same. So yeah.
The next game, is apparently a fourth installment in the Honkai series. Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail. I showed Phil this. Yeah, I showed Phil this one.
Yeah, it's the
Sounds like they're going to try to
expansion
keep it the
game.
same.
No, it's not
Yeah,
made by.
looks like
It's
they're
not
gonna be trying to
made
keep it
by
in the same
them.
universe.
Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it's made by them.
Never mind. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would know.
Yeah. Well, there's another made by them here too, so you know.
Oh,
yeah.
the zeros or the Zenless Zero Zone or whatever it was.
Zenless Zone Zero.
Zenless
Yes.
Zone Zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cyberpunk
It's a
future
tongue twister.
post-apocalyptic title. That's the one that's like it's like a hack and slash type anime thing. I don't
I'll
know.
give it a shot.
So. I wonder if they're both
I'll
gonna
definitely
be.
play it.
I wonder if they'll both be like free to play, since Genshin was a free
so.
game.
I hope so. It would be weird if it was.
I'll
If it
try-
wasn't.
If they're free,
It'll
I'll
probably
try.
be a
Just
gotcha
one guy
game, though,
Impact. That's it.
Yeah,
I hope
at least
it's
one
not. I
of
hope they
least
make it a little
one of
more
them.
interesting.
At least one of them's gonna be a gotcha
the
game like
easy one.
Genshin. At least one of them's gonna be gotcha like Genshin. I've zeroed out at all.
They make their money.
Yeah, if it's free to play, absolutely. Where'd Justin go? I don't know. He'll be back eventually. TMNT Shredder's Revenge, that comes out this coming Friday actually, and it's also gonna be on Xbox Game Pass, so that's really freaking cool. I might actually get a month of Game Pass to play that. You can play with up to 6 people, which that's super cool. TMNT Shredder's Revenge looks awesome. You know,
Indeed.
I mean,
Nice little 2D side scroller.
yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That's
Mark,
where it
Mark,
was
I
on
think
this
you said
right
this
there.
looked really
Yeah,
cool
that's
actually.
pretty rare.
I think you said that this game looked really cool actually.
Yeah.
TMNT Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah. It looked interesting, yeah. I just don't think
I'm excited for like 2 things, and that's about it.
Nah, you'll play it when you come. You'll play it when you.
Really?
You'll play it when you come to my house or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Make everybody play it.
That'd be fun, man. 6 people, shoot. Then again,
Sounds- yeah,
then
you
again,
play
if it's
locally too, if
then
I
again,
remember right.
if I had it on Game Pass, I don't have 6 Xbox controllers. That's a lot of
You'll bring
people.
shit.
That's a lot of people in my room, since I'm not moving my Series X. Super People. What is that? Is another take on another take on battle royale concept from developer Wonder People. A new cinematic trailer was shown. Oh yeah, it was just a cinematic trailer for a game called Super People. That's apparently a new take on a battle royale. So it was just a cinematic. So I mean, there's not really much to say. Don't know
Isn't that
anything
already
about.
out?
It says coming August 17th. News that the final beta will be coming August 17th. So it seems it's not out.
Questions first.
No,
Way too many battle royales. It's endless.
Yeah.
yeah.
feel
Yeah,
that.
there's so many. There is probably another battle royale that's like
Fortnite
Super
started it,
Friends
right?
or
Fortnite started
Super
it.
Something that I'm thinking
No,
of.
just Fortnite's what made it take off.
I wonder if
What's-
they've
what
actually
sta-
made
what
a
really
game
started
called
it?
Battle Royale.
What really started
original
the
movie.
battle royales? Like
Oh,
what?
yeah.
What Fortnite did?
It was
make
either
it take
Fortnite
off.
wanna-
or Fortnite
I wanna
or
say-
H1Z1.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think it was
Oh,
H1Z1.
H1Z1.
Justin would be the one to add. Justin played them.
What about
both, and I
PUBG?
did.
I remember that.
I mean, PUBG
Uh,
was one of them too, but I think H1Z1 was before. I could be.
Might have been. I just know there's been a lot of battle royales. I don't like them. Not a big fan of
Yeah,
them
I'm
personally.
not a fan of them
I'll make the
either,
exception
really.
for Warzone though. 'Cause Warzone's
I mean,
a little
that's how
bit
I
different,
feel
but,
too. But I mean, Fortnite having the non-build mode, if they add, you know, certain skins, like I said, if they add certain skins like Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy type skins and stuff, they're gonna make me play Fortnite.
You'd
It's
be
just
playing it, yeah.
they're gonna make me. Or if they add Goku and Vegeta skins in freaking Fortnite, they might force
I
me
don't
to
think
play.
they will though.
I don't think they'll go that far. They added Naruto,
It would
but
be
I
weird if that was
don't
the
think
case.
they'll do Dragon Ball. But never know. Never freaking know. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff. But if they get a hold of Square Enix characters, then yeah, they're gonna end up grabbing me.
Then goodbye, Dennis, because we won't see him ever again.
I don't know about that. Not really. But all right. One Piece Odyssey. I mean, I'm probably the only one here who even watches One Piece, really. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Tried, but I think
Not
the
really
past
my
second
cup of tea.
episode.
yeah. I mean, whatever.
James does, but he's not here.
Yeah. Soul Hackers 2.
Would
Coming
play
August
it.
25th. Another anime game.
Bro, I'm gonna hack your soul.
I mean, I don't know. Capcom Arcade Stadium 2. That's always cool.
Now that's
you know?
something I'd be
Arcade Stadium's always
getting
cool.
my hands on that.
On a type game.
Yeah, Arcade Stadium's always something cool, you know. I don't think I have the first one, but I mean, it comes with 32 Capcom classic hits, so, and it'll be releasing on everything
Definitely
on
good.
July 22nd. So I mean, probably like a $20 thing or something, and who knows, might be on Game Pass. I don't know. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Speaking of that Game Pass, that PlayStation Plus thing just dropped yesterday. So I mean,
Yeah.
I made a small video on it, but I mean, for me, it's something that. Yeah, for me, it's something that I want to wait a while on. Jared upgraded to it, but
I
know.
did.
You
I
upgraded?
Wasted a bunch of money yesterday.
I need more options for me to
I
upgrade.
didn't initially want to because, like, honestly, personally, for me, the catalog wasn't great. Like, obviously, like the guys had like their like nostalgia games or whatever in the classics catalog, but I feel like, especially like the PSP, PS1, and PS2, like I don't recognize any of the fucking games.
There's
on that
not much
list.
there yet. Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing.
they all just seem like random off the box,
Mhm.
like off the top, like just random games.
Yeah, they need to add a
And
lot
I
more,
bought
but
it
they're gonna add a
for
lot
the
every
purpose
month.
of, like,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
probably
that's
played like
what I
5
was
of those
talking
around there on the PS1 options
Mhm.
they have currently. So
Yeah, they.
I
I
did
just
have
know
a
once
purpose
if
of
I
playing
do
the
have
Capcom
PlayStation
game.
now, because of the mixture thing, I might actually be able to play my Metal Gear games again.
Yeah, but I don't think the Metal Gear games are on that list. They're not
Oh
in the
no,
catalog.
it's if they
they were
combined
in
it, so
it-
you have PlayStation now with PlayStation Plus, then I might actually have PlayStation Plus right now because you can play those on PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Now as long as you have PlayStation Now. So I don't know. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to check that later.
The next thing, I mean, I'm excited for. I might end up buying it. Cameron might, I don't know if he played the demo, but Metal Hellsinger. I enjoyed this.
Played the demo yet.
You still didn't, dude. I mean, I like that. I like its unique style that it's like Doom, but you got to go with the beat of the
that's
music.
Doom.
But the way that you shoot, you got to go with the beat of the music to like do the damage to the enemies, which I think that's kind of interesting. I mean,
I couldn't play it.
really?
It kept freezing every time I tried opening it.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I played the demo and Phil tried it when he was here, but I mean, it's not really.
I couldn't play
Yeah,
it.
I
unless
couldn't get
had
a
controller.
Yeah, I couldn't get a controller to work with the game for whatever reason, so you know, he couldn't really do it. But I enjoyed it a lot. Not as much as Doom, I don't think, because the aspect of having to go with the beat of the music, I think it's unique, but I don't know how I completely feel about it. I don't know if it's gonna be a $60 title, but Metal Hellsinger looks cool. That, and I don't even know if you'll be able to stream it nor play it on YouTube at all because of the copyright claim music. Like, the whole game is going to be copyright claim music then. Like, I don't understand it, you know? Metal Hellsinger is full of music from System of a Down and Surge Tankian, Trevian Mats, Heavy, Lamb of the Gods, like all these different things. And I don't know if it's going to be streamable at all. I have no
Lamb
idea.
of the gods, or do you mean Lamb of God?
It says Lamb of God. Oh, Lamb of God's Randy Blythe. So
Lamb.
one of the people from the band.
It looks like if Darksiders 2 was a first person.
Yeah. Kind of does.
Guess that's one way to look at it.
kind of does, honestly. So
Hmm.
yeah, Metal Hellsinger. I mean, it looks. Oops, I didn't mean to go back. It looks pretty cool. It's just unique, you know, because it's going with the music. But it might be something I end up having to pick up in September, only because I'm a big fan of Doom and a fast-paced shooter like that going through with heavy metal music like gets my adrenaline going and it's like crazy. It's absolutely insane and I like that kind of thing. So, oh.
I feel like I'd have fun playing it, but I never got a chance to really try it.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't play it for shit. At least a mouse and keyboard.
Next thing is a
Can't
game
do it.
called Nightingale, which is unique gameplay mechanics including crafting, estate building, and combat mechanics. I don't know. It's nothing that caught my eye, so there's nothing really there. Saints Row.
Dennis, have you played?
What?
Have you played Brutal Legend?
No, I haven't.
Dude, you gotta play Brutal Legend.
I'll look into it.
If you like heavy metal games, yeah, you'll like that.
Okay. Saints Row demo. The new Saints Row just got a demo, and they showed it off a little bit at the Summer Game Fest. They showed off Saints Row a little bit. Showed off the customization for your character. There's a lot of customization. Like, holy crap. The amount of customization for your character in the new Saints Row is insane. Looks kind of cool. I didn't check out the demo, but I mean, you know, it might be sweet. It might be good. I don't know if the game's gonna be awesome or what, but you know,
A lot of customization as usual.
all kinds. Warhammer 40K Dark Tide. You know, normally Warhammer games are top-down type games or strategy type games and stuff, and this one's actually different. It's a first-person, 4-player, like horde type first-person shooter, like against hordes of enemies, and it looks kind of cool. I mean, if I was into Warhammer, I'd be really geeked about that, but none of us are into Warhammer, so it's not.
It looks like your type of game.
Maybe, but I mean, I've never been into Warhammer, so I don't really know if I'd play it. You know, if it was on Game Pass or something, maybe I'd try it, but
It looks very Doom-like.
maybe.
Well, I'm watching it right now. I mean, it's right there.
Okay, well. Layers of Fears. I think this is a remake? Layers of Fear... Successor of Layers of Fear, called Layers of Fears with a S at the end. Layers of Fear sequel, Layers of Fears. Which is a new horror game coming out early next year, apparently, on console and PC. I'm not really a horror person, but if you're a horror person, this looks creepy. Layers of Fears looks creepy. Like, if you're a horror person,
I've
then
watched people play Layers of Fear.
Lots of
I'd have to
change.
try that.
I like Layers of Fear
Say,
1 and 2.
The first one
I'd have to play it.
was
That just looks stalkery.
creepy as fuck.
I'm sure.
They're
I mean,
good
the
games. I
trailer,
watch people play
the
them
trailer
in
for the new one
past.
looks pretty freaking creepy for sure.
Yeah, because naturally you have a piano with all the chains around it.
Alright, so it looks like a continuation of the first Layers of Fear game. I don't really see anything that's similar to the second game. Because the second game's an entirely different setting. 'Cause the first one's in like the haunted mansion there. The second one was like on a ship. I don't know.
I think I've seen that movie.
Yeah, I never played Layers of Fears, so I don't have any input aside from the trailer looked creepy.
It's like an acid trip in some spots.
Okay, now I'm seeing some of the second game. All right. Sorry, just
No, you're good.
actually what I'm seeing is exactly clips from the first and second game, so I'm not really seeing anything too new.
Mark's got all the input here, right?
Totally.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
So,
Mark knows what's up.
It could be good.
for a horror game, it looks like it might
I'm
be.
just
it
not
might be
into
good.
horror games.
Neither am I.
I say, if you're into creepy horror games,
It probably will be.
definitely worth checking out for sure.
Yeah, it'll probably be something terrifying.
Yay, horrors.
Whoa, language.
What? It's a horror game.
Oh,
You're
shut
right.
the
You're right.
hell up, Phil.
Whoa. It's not very nice. Not very nice.
So, there's only a couple more here.
I
Gotham.
want to say I feel.
Did you cover Starfield yet?
No, we're not. We're nowhere near
Yeah,
there
that'll
yet.
probably be one of the
We're-
last ones. I was just gonna say I'm excited for Konami because my man's.
Wait,
from
we're not
the
there yet.
Metal
We're not
Gear
there. We're not there yet. We're not there
How about
yet.
Diablo 4.
We'll get to that stuff. We're not even at the Xbox show right now. We're on Summer Game Fest. Still. Gotham Knights. That was the next thing that was shown there. It's just, that's not nothing like look, I'm a fan of the Arkham trilogy, like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight was meh, predictable and stuff, but I mean, Arkham Asylum and City are really freaking great games. But this one's made by the people who made Arkham Origins, which is also a decent game. But I'm not into Gotham Knights personally. I don't know what it is. I mean, all this was that they showed too was a CGI another CG trailer just showing off customization for Nightwing, being able to change his outfits and stuff to alternate versions of him and stuff. So I mean, that's all they showed. They didn't show much in the trailer at all, excluding some combat in a CG trailer. So I mean, it's coming October 25th. Woo! It's nothing that I have any much input on it. I mean, it's just another Batman game without Batman that I'm just personally not really into. Yeah, it's co-op, but I'm just waiting to see the Suicide Squad game, you know. It's not made by the same people, but that's made by the people who made the actual Arkham trilogy. But Suicide Squad I'm looking forward to way more. There's so many games in 2023 compared to 2022. Like it's insane how many games were delayed to next year. There's quite a few, quite a
Looks
bit.
like they were trying to make a Spider-Man character in a Batman game.
Yeah.
With the fighting style and such.
Yeah.
It's a lot of jumping back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is. And it's co-op, because there's 4 different characters, you know. Between Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, and Robin. But it's, yeah, October 25th. It's funny, because that game comes out the same day as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, so good luck getting your sales.
Yeah, exactly.
Because technically, with it coming out the same day as MW2, I'm pretty sure a lot more people are going for MW2, including myself. And you know me, I'm more of a single-player game guy. But Modern Warfare 2 is Modern Warfare 2. I can't help it that I actually enjoyed the first one. So I'm gonna get Modern Warfare 2. Forget Gotham Knights. It can wait. Even though 3 days after... Okay, never mind. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. To talking about some other stuff related to October, because there's things happening. So... Gosh, what the heck happened to Justin? I don't know what happened to him. I know he wasn't home that long from work, but still.
He fell in.
He died. He passed away, man.
So this was the biggest thing of Summer Game Fest, I guess.
Oh shit.
It was all stuff on The Last of Us. All kinds of The Last of Us this, The Last of Us that. The Last of Us is getting a remake, and we got to see it, and it's coming out in September. The remake looks cool, but for me, it's not something I want to pay $70 for. I love The Last of Us. I love that game a lot. It's one of my favorite games of all time. The first time I played it was back in 2014 when the remastered version came out on PlayStation 4 because I didn't get to experience it on PS3, and I loved it. And I played it like 4 times or something throughout the years, maybe more. I don't know, but it's an excellent game, and the characters are great. And I mean, some people are excited, you know. I mean, they're getting 60 frames per second. The game is rebuilt from the ground up, and it does look a lot. It's surprising when you look back at that game and look at the remake. It actually does look a lot better, which is crazy because it's not even that old. It's 8 years old, but it actually looks so much better. Like, the technology in 8 years has heavily improved for video games, and the remake does look really really good. But I mean, even if it plays as good as The Last of Us 2 did, I'm not gonna pay $70 for it. I'd rather say let me have a free upgrade, you know. But I know they're not gonna do that because they're gonna make sales. A lot of people are gonna buy it. They love this game to death. So.
And then more DLC.
No, definitely no DLC.
The
The Last of
DLC of some.
No, there
something ridiculous.
No, there won't. Because that's why it's called Part 1, because they already have Part 2. They'll do a Part 3. They're doing a Last of Us multiplayer game. That's where they're going to get their money, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Because I don't know if any of you have ever played Last of Us 1's multiplayer, but it was really good.
Never did. Never played the game.
So, The Last of Us getting its own multiplayer game is interesting. I mean, whether they're going to do a lot of, like, microtransaction stuff or not, it's hard to say.
Probably a lot.
I mean, I'm assuming it's not. I don't think it's gonna be. It's definitely not gonna be free to play because we're talking about Naughty Dog here. They have never done a free to play game. It's not gonna be like a live service free to play game. I think it's gonna be a $70 title probably, even though it's a multiplayer only game, which is interesting that it'd be that price. But we don't actually have a price point right now, and I don't know if it's as good as The Last of Us 1's multiplayer was. Then heck yeah, man. Like, I'm excited then. I'm looking forward to trying it. But will I get it day one, multiplayer? Probably not, because even though it's Naughty Dog and they know how, I trust their... aside from... story mode aside from with Last of Us 2 having its issues, their games are always still solid products at launch. But I don't think I'm going to play the multiplayer day one. Like, I don't think I'm going to buy it, spend $70 on it, you know? And then they showed The Last of Us TV show coming to HBO Max. Looks good. You know, looks good. It does.
We'll see.
As of right now, I mean, from at least from the screenshots they shown, it looks pretty good. Plus, they're teaming with HBO Max. It's not like they're teaming with Paramount Plus, which, well, we know with Halo how that went. And apparently Star Trek Picard is terrible as well, which is on there. So HBO usually has good stuff. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Apparently, Neil Druckmann got to direct an episode of the show as well. And there's going to be appearances from the actors of both Joel and Ellie from the games. So that's neat. But honestly, when it came to Summer Game Fest, I think it was kind of a weak show.
It was. Nothing really caught my eye. Besides, the only thing I really wanted was new information and stuff that's going to be coming out like in the future.
I mean, the stuff that caught your eye was the Genshin related games, Phil. You can't argue that.
Yeah, and that was it, pretty much.
I mean, I'm not gonna be getting Last of Us. I mean, Metal Hellsinger got me. TMNT Shredder's Revenge for sure. Cuphead looks cool. Ghost Simulator 3 maybe. Witchfire looks interesting. Callisto Protocol, obviously. Street Fighter 6, anything Street Fighter 6, obviously, because I'm hyped for that. So, I guess we can go over to the Xbox show and talk about... it goes in order here, so... We'll talk one by one thing. I mean... Because... I mean, honestly, none of you have played The Last of Us, I don't think, so... You guys don't really have the input there, aside from maybe cutscenes or whatever.
I've played about halfway through the first game. I didn't finish it though.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Well, at least you didn't have to experience the second game. The first half I actually, for the most part, loved, and then I don't know, it just kind of was meh. The second half of the second game is so meh. The gameplay's so good too. It's just unfortunate that it just didn't end up being what a lot of people were hoping for, story-wise. Gameplay-wise was perfect, though.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, moving along here, I guess. We might have to backtrack, depending on Justin. I don't know. Redfall was the first thing shown at the Xbox show, and I gotta say, it looks great. I don't know if it's single-player only. Normally, games related to Bethesda are single-player only games. But it looks really good. It looks pretty awesome.
That vampire one?
Yeah, that's the vampire one. It looks kind of fun.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna be multiplayer at least online.
It might not be.
Though, I don't know.
It might be just. It might be co-op at least.
It'd be weird if it wasn't.
It might at least be co-op.
We'll see.
I don't know, but it looks.
Okay, so based on how they set it up, it's gonna definitely be multiplayer to an extent.
To an extent, it did look like it. Yeah, yeah. Phil watched the whole show with me, so. Yeah, Redfall. No, you're right. It does look like it. It's got to have some form of multiplayer in some kind of way. Normally, Bethesda games don't have that, but yeah, there's 4 characters in the game. That's the thing. So it's like it doesn't. It wouldn't. It
For
really wouldn't
characters
make
and also based on gameplay, it looks like you'd be playing with other people.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, no, yeah,
these
no.
are just my observations, though. So who knows? That could be.
I think it
wrong,
should.
be
I
some
really
crazy
think it
person.
should. I mean, yeah, single player might be fun, but it genuinely does look like something that deserves to be
It's something
at
that's one
least
of those games
co-op.
that
At
I
least
probably won't
co-op.
ever play unless I had multiplayer
Mm-hmm.
or at
Yeah.
least someone else to play
Yeah,
with.
I do think that game should be multiplayer. Whether it's story,
wouldn't make sense if it wasn't.
unless it's got a separate story mode, but no, I think it's gonna be, you know, that Wolfenstein game they made with the 2 daughters. Maybe it'll be like that, you know.
Youngblood.
Yeah, Youngblood. Yeah, it might be like that.
I
Where
need to
it's
play a
just
Wolfenstein game. I've been meaning to try one of those, but
It
I
might
haven't
be
had a
like
chance
that,
to
where
yet.
it's just a co-op type thing, you know, that is a story mode, but you can play it co-op. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm getting from Redfall, anyway. Like you said, Phil, Redfall looks like a game that's definitely.
It would make no sense if it wasn't a multiplayer or at least a co-op.
Even the first
Doesn't
trailer,
have to
even the
be
first
like
trailer they
horrible.
revealed made it look like it was a 4-player multiplayer game, you know.
Pretty much.
But they don't really. I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and
What-
see on that one, I guess.
Why don't you, Sean, look it up or whatever. See if they got any details on it being only single player or not, because I'm really curious on. I would hope it's not though, because honestly, Redfall would be so much. It'd be so much fun with friends, fighting a bunch of vampires and stuff. It looks like it'd be really fun playing with people.
You can't play a co-op.
At least co-op.
I was
Okay,
right.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a single player, but you can play a co-op.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's what
Okay,
that's what I had
do
at least
understand.
thought. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
So I'm not crazy. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Sheldon, did you look at Redfall? Were you looking at Redfall?
No, I was looking at something else.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, because Redfall does look kind of interesting. At least the newest gameplay trailer.
Oh, you know what? I did look at Redfall though. Yeah,
Okay.
it did look.
It was one of the more popular things
interesting.
they had shown. So.
Yeah, no, I looked at it. I don't know. I heard about it earlier. For whatever reason. Oh, I was looking at the new like Xbox only releases. I'm pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look like anything particularly overly special, but
Yeah, I mean, we've seen shooters 1,000 times over.
Honestly,
at this point.
I'm still gonna play it just because I can get it on Game Pass.
I'm here.
I don't have Game Pass right now, but like I'll buy them. I'll pay $10 for 1 month just to play a new big $60 title for one small price, you know, because it's gonna be on Game Pass. And if you don't have an Xbox and have a PC, well, there you go. Just you can still get Game Pass on PC, which is great. So I mean, honestly, I will play it for a month of Game Pass. I mean, shoot. I mean. That's the thing I love so much about Game Pass is almost every game at this Xbox show is day 1 Game Pass. Almost. Which is freaking awesome. So the next thing they showed was a game that apparently a lot of people are looking forward to this one. Not really up my alley much, but we did get the first one on PlayStation Plus and I tried it a little bit, and that's Hollow Knight Silk Song is the sequel to the first Hollow Knight. And there's a lot of people out there who thought this trailer was fake because this game was like never coming out, like never happening apparently, but it's happening. So I mean, people who love Hollow Knight were definitely excited because the first game's good, but I didn't play it a whole lot because it didn't keep my interest because I'm not heavy on those kind of games. Ori and the Blind Forest I enjoyed, but I didn't quite finish. I never played. I think I tried the second one a little bit on Game Pass on my Xbox, but yeah, Hollow Knight too. So I mean, that's pretty cool, you know.
Gotta love assholes that drive around at night.
The next game that they showed was definitely something right up at least Sean's alley, and that was High on Life, made by the Rick and Morty creators. So, Sheldon, you should check this out because it looks very interesting. High on Life.
It's definitely has Sean written all over it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. High on Life.
What's it called?
High on Life. Yeah. Literally, it your gun and your knife and stuff. They talk, Like it's phenomenal. The
They're all
knife's
sentient
like
beings.
essentially like stab more people. I want stab. Like I don't know, and it looks
It's a
great.
very
It looks
murderous
great.
knife.
It looks great, and I'm glad it's gonna be on. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be day one Game Pass. It might not be actually. I don't know. Is it gonna be day one? Is it gonna be day one Game Pass? High on Life. Well, High on
That
Life.
one I don't
maybe.
remember.
Let me see. Might be on Game Pass. Let's see.
Selling humans is drugs. You're the only one.
Coming to
Stop
Xbox
them.
Game Pass.
You're like,
Yep,
you're gonna
it's coming to
have
Game Pass.
entire
Sick.
cartel.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. It looks phenomenal.
What?
Honestly, I'm gonna be checking it out for sure.
Now, you gotta help me rescue my friends. They're
It just looks like a goofy, wild game.
Yeah, yeah. They made another.
Definitely
What was
seems
what was
like
the last
something-
what was the last game made by the Rick and Morty creators, Sean? I feel like you've played it. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I have it. I'm just trying to remember what it was called.
Yeah. There was another one.
You're not talking about the virtual reality, right?
I don't
It's
think
not
that was the
that
name of it.
one.
No, that wasn't the name of it.
Uh,
It was a popular one though. I don't remember its name.
Trover saves the universe.
Yeah.
Yep, that is that. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I have it somewhere. It's something special.
I don't think I didn't
It's
play
another just wild, goofy game.
it. High on Life looks nuts too.
It definitely, yeah. I feel like I might have to cop it, or like you said, well, because it's on Game Pass, isn't it?
It'll be on Game Pass in October. Yeah, it says October.
Yeah, I'll definitely
Yeah.
be downloading that for sure.
Yeah. Get a month of Game Pass. Yeah. Can you imagine like literally getting high and playing? No wonder it's called
No,
High on
dude,
Life.
That'd be double the experience, bro.
Yeah, double the experience. Yeah. No wonder it's called High on Life because the
You can,
gun
like, 5 different
talking and
things
the
at
knife
once.
talking. Yeah. Looks amazing. Like the knife is obsessed with you stabbing people in the head and the eyes and everything.
He's obsessed with murder as
Looks
a
so-
kink.
It looks so
King for murder.
great. It looks so good. This was a big thing, but not for us. Riot Games coming to Game Pass.
Yeah.
So
it's like
essentially,
that.
all their
Cool.
mobile,
Cool
all
story, bro.
their everything, like League of Legends, Valorant, whatever else they make, that's all going to be on Game Pass now. So I mean, that's a big deal to a lot of people out there, you know.
For
That
people that like those kind of stuff and play those kind
I
of
mean,
games. not
Valorant
for me,
is a
though. Like,
popular.
I personally-
Valorant is a popular
I've
first-person
tried
shooter.
Valorant, so I don't really have an opinion on that.
No, I don't either. Have any of us? No one's tried Valorant. I think it's a free-to-play
I
game.
played Valorant.
Oh, you
Closest
did?
thing to Valorant I've played is
Yeah,
CS:GO.
I've played it.
Okay.
I liked it. Wasn't
Well,
a
if I
half
remember,
bad game.
Valorant's pretty much just like
It's
if
definitely-
Overwatch and CS:GO had a baby.
Essentially,
I've played
yeah.
CS
It's like if
CS:GO
you
and
had
Overwatch.
abilities while playing CS:GO, pretty
Gotcha.
much. But it's definitely a fun game, especially if you get together with the squad and whatnot. It gets extremely competitive, as does any other shooter at
Yeah.
a certain
First
point.
shooter ever.
Mhm.
But definitely, yeah, it's definitely a fun game.
I gotcha. The next game is A Plague's Tale Requiem. I mean, apparently it's a sequel to
Caught my
something,
eye.
but I never played the first game, so I don't.
Wait, there's a new Plague's Tale coming out?
Yeah, Plague's Tale Requiem, End of Innocence.
So the first one was absolutely amazing. I
The second
actually
one
still
does look
have it
good.
downloaded.
Second one does look good.
It's a story-based game. I don't know if you guys are into those, but the story was awesome.
Oh, no,
Phenomenal
definitely.
Game. It was definitely yeah, I would highly recommend.
Might be something I'd be willing to check out.
Honestly, it looks like it's like one of those things.
This
that looks like
this
I'd
one did look
up my
look
alley.
like something. Look
But
like
it's
something
like
that could be
you
good.
had to kind of like it was you were the older sister and you had to protect your younger brother.
Yeah.
But
Yep. And that's what this
pretty
one
much
is.
the kingdom was getting getting taken over, and so
Mhm.
you were like kids, so you couldn't necessarily like fight back against knights, so you had to kind of like sneak around and navigate.
that's how
and
this one
use
looks.
different,
Same kind
like,
of thing.
This one looks.
yeah,
Yep.
so it was very strategic, but like at the same time the story of it was
No, yeah, this one looks
For
good.
sure.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
No,
that
yeah,
at least
that's
someone here
awesome.
did play it.
I was
So
yeah, I
that's
was
cool.
gonna say I was really hoping that they were gonna make a second one because yeah, the first one was really good.
Well, you got your wish because the second one was
But
announced.
yeah,
It has a
exactly.
trailer.
Yeah, no, that
And it's got some
hell yeah,
gameplay in
no,
there, I
that's
think,
awesome.
too. So, yeah.
I'll say yeah, for sure. I have to check it out.
Yep, on right now.
So, Cameron, the next one might be for you. Over anybody here.
Oh yay!
Over anybody here, hands down. And that's a new Forza Motorsport. Got gameplay trailer.
Yeah, I don't do Forza.
Hey.
So you don't do Forza, really? Oh.
No, I've only Forza I've played was Forza Motorsports 3, a long time ago. When it comes to racing games, I've kind of stayed away from the Forza games.
Also knows they look like they would get competitive and be a mess to play in general.
Oh yeah, I've played a couple times.
I played
After playing
I played some of 5.
Like racing sim once, I was very bad at it.
5 is kind of cool. Motorsport looks crazy. The graphics
Gets
on
me
these
wanting
games
to
are
go kart,
insane, though. The graphics are absolutely insane. It's crazy, like it's
They're really
you're
pushing it with
essentially
graphics.
you're like playing real life at this point.
It's almost
It's a selling
almost too
point.
much.
Yeah,
It really is
Yeah, it's
almost
effectively
too
their
much.
selling
it's
point for the
basically
whole
real
thing.
life at this point. It's getting ridiculous. Flight Simulator. Ooh. Of course they had to show Flight Simulator. Why would they not? It's its 40th anniversary, I guess, and it's getting the Halo Pelican from.
Best game ever.
It's getting the Halo Pelican from Halo Infinite, and you can go to space with it
Oh.
and fly and do
That's
nothing
whack.
but fly. Flight Simulator is 40 years old now, I guess. It's its 40th
Really years old,
anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Not much else
I
to say
forgot that
about
was even a game. I'll be honest.
that.
Played them a little.
Yeah. It's popular for some people out there, man. I mean,
Never touched Flight Simulator in my life.
yeah. So the next thing
And I never had an interest because it's boring as fuck.
was kind of a big thing, and I believe, Cameron, I think this is something that you're looking forward to. I think Overwatch 2.
Yeah, ish.
I'll play it.
So yeah, it's gonna be free to play. So that's a big
What?
thing right there. It's gonna be free to play for everyone. Oh, you didn't know this? Yeah,
No.
it's gonna be free to play for all on everything.
Oh, it's probably gonna be the story that you have to pay for, right?
Probably.
Not that I know of. As of right now, it was just an Overwatch 2 free to play trailer. So I don't know. We'll see. As of right now, the game's gonna be free to play though, and it says early access begins October 4th. So they showed off a new. They revealed a new character as well. So that's kind of.
Character is alright. She's like alright.
Yeah.
Looks about the same.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not
I
a
have
heavy.
an announcement.
Never was a heavy Overwatch person, so it's not like I would have much input. I played like 25 to 30 hours on the first game, so you know.
I didn't even play
It's one of
that.
those games I've played a little bit of.
I think we all play. I think we all played it at least a little bit. You know.
I played it more
So
often,
that
I
is
think, than most. Though.
one game I actually have never played.
Oh, you didn't play
Was
Overwatch.
What might
Oh, wow.
that be?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I
the
have
second one will be
680
free. So.
something hours on it.
Yeah, it's way too many.
Played, like,
Jesus.
6 or 7 rounds. That's about it.
Sounds about right for Sean.
I played it, yeah, like 30 hours or something, and I ended up getting a couple. I even had a Halloween costume for one of them that was kind of rare and stuff, but yeah. Overwatch 2, I mean, it looks good for what it is. I mean, the fact that it's going to be free is
Overwatch.
the best
What do you
part, I
expect,
think.
bro?
I think it being free is the best part, just because the fact that everyone can try it, and people who haven't played Overwatch before can also play it, which is I think that's
the cool thing about like free games like that.
yeah, I think it's important.
Cough cough Paladins.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Next up is something called Ara History Untold. I don't know what that is. It's some turn-based.
Oh yeah, that game was weird.
Turn-based
That was the weird one
historical
that looked like it was
grand
almost
strategy game. It's another strategy
It
turn-based.
looked like it was very
thing.
much like Civilization or some shit.
I thought it was like Total War or something at first, and no, it's some new IP by
It just didn't look interesting to me though. Not really up my alley.
No, I don't think it's up any of our alleys, honestly.
Even though I love
never was
strategy
into those
games,
games.
just didn't look good.
I never was into those kind of games, so. Nothing for
Now
me.
we could talk about the newest Fire Emblem that's coming out within like
No,
a
we're
few
not
days
talking
here, and I
about
could talk
Fire
that for
Emblem,
hours
Phil.
on end.
Yeah,
we
because
could, though. We
Phil
could,
has
though.
an obsession with Fire Emblem.
It is
Oh,
not
so.
an obsession.
How are you
It's
going to
a
talk about it for
it's a
hours on
dumb
end
game
anyways when
franchise.
none of us know about Fire Emblem? Literally
I
no
can
one else.
educate you. I could fill you in.
No,
So-
that would take
What?
all night.
Reminds me. Remember we were talking
What's
about
up?
the one guy that died who did voice acting?
Yeah.
He also did voices on Fire Emblem.
I want to know what voices he did now.
Of course you do. So, oh, Sean's gonna look. Sean's gonna look for you.
He's gonna look it up for me. Thank you, Sean.
Of course. He has to look up the voices of you and your Fire
voices
Emblem.
on
You and
my
your
bro.
Fire Emblem obsession.
It's not an obsession. It's not my fault that they made a heavenly game franchise that's actually good.
Let's see here.
Oh well, deny that it's not bad, but it's just not my cup of tea.
No. I feel like you haven't played it.
And well, of course I haven't played it because I'm not into the gameplay. I'm not into those strategy
Wow,
turn-based
wow.
games.
Imagine.
For Dindon?
Whoever that is.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You have to type out the name because I don't think you pronounced it correctly. If I'm being honest with you.
You might as well just send it in.
F-E-R-D-I-N-A-N-D.
Wait, what?
Here, I'll
Put
send
that out
it.
again?
He'll just send it to you.
Yeah.
All right. Has anyone here ever played Elder Scrolls Online? Because it's getting a expansion again. Yeah. No. Oh.
Yeah, I seen
Oh,
that.
right. Phil did say that he did. A little.
I've played it. I just didn't really like it. That's why I don't play it anymore. I didn't like how it was going. It's just
It's funny.
really not great.
I said to my buddy today, I said, "Oh, Elder Scrolls Online's getting a new expansion." He goes, "How many expansions are they gonna add to that game?"
100
wrong.
because that game has too
I
many
was
of
like,
them
Yeah.
at
already.
the same time, when they go back and they can just, add all the maps from the previous games, it's like it kind of becomes infinite in a
Mhm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
But
That game's never gonna. They're
see,
gonna milk
I
it like they
I
milk
played
GTA.
it for a little bit, but I was hoping for, like Skyrim Online
Yeah.
kind of thing,
That's not
and
what it is.
it was just
I will
another MMO kind of thing with a
Yeah,
Skyrim
I'll
or
forever
like a
talk about how
Bethesda
if
like
they made,
Elder
like,
Scrolls skin
normal
type deal.
I
Yeah,
said
like normal
so.
Skyrim. All right, I'll check in a sec. But yeah, if they ever made like a normal Skyrim, made it like 2-player, that game would sell like hotcakes. So that'd be cool.
Mods.
Mods.
So
Right.
mods, well, true, but that's a lot of modding to go through. And you can't really do that on the PlayStation version. It would be very hard to do because it's limited with modding on the PlayStation.
Simple solution: be a PC player.
Join the PC Master Race.
Exactly.
I think almost all of
Oh,
us have.
Ferdinand.
And
That's how
then
you pronounce that name,
right
by the
after
way, Sean.
Elder Scrolls Online gets stuff. Fallout
No,
76
okay.
gets stuff. Fallout 76
I
gets
didn't
stuff
know
right
he voiced
after
that character.
the Elder Scrolls stuff. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Fallout 76 is still
Didn't know
getting expansions after like 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a 5-year plan apparently, and it's gonna keep adding content for years
Well-
to come still, which is nuts.
I would say they had a huge roadmap set up like a year, like I want to say like maybe a little less than a year, probably a year after the game. I feel like
Excuse
came
me.
out, kind of thing.
Hmm.
But see, because I played it when it first came out, and it was
It was bad. Yeah.
so
it
rough.
It was really
And then I
bad.
hop back on, and it's really like it's fun. It's definitely
Yeah.
like a game.
I
for
played
sure
like
now,
I
but
played like 40 hours or something of it. I just hadn't revisited.
It's still
it.
not like I don't know.
Some people played
I feel
hundreds
like
of
maybe
hours.
maybe I got my feel out of
Tommy.
it kind of thing.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Tommy played the
loves
crap
that.
out of that.
Yeah, he loves that game.
That majority of the time, like everyone's so high level that is still on. So it's like you either run into like super wholesome people or people that are just so bored they're just sitting there shooting at you the whole
Or, yeah,
fucking
they're just gonna bully you to the
time.
moment you spawn. Yeah.
So it's like, there's that hard in between.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you play that and if you're new to it, you better have somebody with you that's actually good at the game.
No,
Oh, yeah,
for real.
definitely.
sounds-
There are players in that game that love helping newbies and stuff, though, which is cool as well. Help
Be able to
level
look
you
for
up
those kind
and
of
get
people,
stuff. Yeah.
Find a
They'll
community
just
for
walk
that
up to
shit.
you and start chatting with you when you're newer, and they like helping.
No,
Which is kind of cool.
that's what happened with me. Freaking,
That's what happened with me.
person asked what build I was, and then I was a two-handed melee. Second later, they dropped a legendary Grognak axe with like a bunch of bonuses, and she was like
Yeah.
a 3-star. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, nah, I got a bunch of them. Here you go. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
I'll
thanks.
give the Fallout 76 community that is that for the most part the community's pretty awesome. Well, I guess until you get to a really high level, and then some of them will be like toxic, you know, trying to kill you and this and that or whatever, wanting to get your stuff.
Right.
But I mean, when you're earlier levels and stuff, I mean, like the 40 hours I played of it, whenever I played with people, it was like they were really cool, chill players. that helped
Especially
me, so.
now, because like the way that they set it up, I feel like they kind of separated the like toxicity from the non-toxicity kind of thing. Where
Kind
like
of.
before it was just relentless, like you could just roll up and just shoot anyone, and they drop all their stuff, and you just take it, and like it
Oh
was
my
just-
god.
Yeah.
it was like the Wild
sounds
Wild
like a
West.
mess.
Yeah,
out
I remember
there,
when the
like,
game. I think I
it
remember
was
when the
savage.
when the game
Nothing
came
you do about
out,
it.
there was something like that where if you die, someone took your stuff or something, you could never get it back or something. There was something bad early in the
No,
game.
'cause when anytime you died, you drop all your junk.
Yeah.
So you keep all your main items, but all of
Mhm.
like your crafting components, you know,
And
everything
players
you
could
spend
take it all.
Stuff
hours
that would be sitting in your
grabbing
inventory would be lost.
Yeah,
would be gone, and then they just walk up and grab all
grab
of it.
all of
and
it.
then
Yep, and then they ended up
unless
fixing
you
that,
found them and
Then you're
killed
screwed.
them and stole it back, like
Mhm.
you were absolutely screwed.
Yeah. So, Forza Horizon 5 getting DLC, but it's Hot Wheels DLC, so I mean that's pretty cool. Granted, I have the Hot Wheels game, but I mean, I think it's cool when Forza adds Hot Wheels
Didn't
stuff.
they-
No. They've
Didn't
done it
they
before.
add a Hot Wheels? Yeah, I was gonna
They've done
say.
it
I feel
before.
like they've.
They've definitely
It's
done it.
kind of cool though, because you get to like the way that they do the Hot Wheels cars. It's ultra realistic as Forza is,
Yeah,
but it's still
yeah.
a Hot Wheels cars. So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
they're definitely fun to use.
Hmm.
Hot Wheels, bro.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 5, I've seen in the Hot Wheels trailer that there's even a couple of the ones from the cartoons and stuff from back in the day, from World Race, probably Acceleracers too.
Oh, yeah.
So
Like
those are all
like
dude.
super
Those
classic,
those
like-
were the childhood cartoons, man. I remember back in the day when those World Race was awesome, and then they came out with Acceleracers, and they didn't. I don't think they quite finished it, and the reason why was because they were afraid it was getting too popular. Like, because Hot Wheels was so big when we were kids, it was just insane how popular it was getting, and the cartoons really exploded at how big Hot Wheels was getting like 15, 20 years ago. That it was getting so big that they just kind of wanted to stop the cartoons and try to make it not as popular as it was getting, as it was really like blowing up at the time.
right.
I know it's slightly off
popping
topic,
off.
but I mean, it's always cool when there's Hot Wheels.
Well,
related
effectively,
stuff
Hot Wheels has been like a part of everybody's childhood, though.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Arc 2 got a new trailer. It's another CG trailer.
It's one of those games I would play. I just don't own it.
Somewhere
Not stressing over
release
it.
date somewhere next year. It was originally supposed to release this year, so it was a bit delayed, but a lot of stuff's been being delayed. Showed Vin Diesel
Some
riding
details around.
shows Vin Diesel riding a dinosaur. Family.
He's doing what to the dinosaur?
He's riding it. Vin Diesel riding a
Perverted shit.
dinosaur, man.
Gross.
Oh my gosh.
Pulling a Fast and Furious on it.
Yes. Absolutely. Because of family. The dinosaur became his friend, and now it's became family. I guess. I don't know.
That's where it just gets weird.
I don't know. Arc 2. It's got featuring Vin Diesel,
Like you do.
Then there was a game called Scorn.
Yes. Yes.
HR inspired. It's a very gory. Actually, no, that did look sweet. I was getting a Doom type vibe to it, but more horror. Scorn.
Yeah.
It looks.
More.
It looks very interesting. I'm like, wait,
I'm
you
excited
play?
for it.
So you play as a demon?
I have no idea. All I know is the game looks really cool. I've had my eye on it for a few years, and I'm excited for it. I'm probably gonna buy it as soon as it releases.
Says it's coming out October 21st. I want to see a little bit more gameplay, but the trailer definitely caught my eye. It looks like a Doom type thing, but you play as like a demon or whatever, and it looks very gory as well. Oh,
It's a very slow-paced looking game, yeah.
Man, I
Infested.
don't know. I am very curious on Scorn as well. I don't know. I never knew really anything about it, but now for sure. Although I don't know, I wouldn't get it right away myself personally because October is just filled with games and different things. First off, Modern Warfare 2 comes out October 25th.
It might be on Game Pass.
And then there's... Yes, it will. Okay, well, I mean...
Yeah. What wasn't it the game that had the aliens artwork to it?
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Interesting.
Does look pretty cool. Does look interesting for sure. The fact that almost everything we're talking about is going to be on Game Pass day one is just so cool. That's how I played Forza Horizon 5. I just played it on Game Pass when I had a month or whatever. I was like, I'll check it out. It was like after it came out last year. Even if I'm not heavy on those.
It kind of reminds me of when you'd go through the portals in Oblivion. But like if that was the whole game.
So yeah, no, Scorn looks pretty freaking cool. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn.
Ah, yes.
This game actually caught my eye a little bit too. I don't know if it'll be something that it'll be on Game Pass, so maybe I'll try it. But it's an open world third person action RPG. You wield a gun and you have an axe. Interesting melee.
I was looking at that a minute ago. It looked pretty interesting.
Yeah. I don't have a lot to say about it, but a new open world action RPG, I mean, that's right up my alley in a way. I love my single player open world RPGs, so
Indeed.
it might be something that I end up checking out since it'll be on Game Pass as well. I can always just get a month every now and then. I don't pay for a year or whatever because I'm not on my Xbox quite enough, even with the Series X. Just not as much as my PlayStation and Switch. But still, like whenever stuff comes out, for sure I'll get a month of Game Pass and check it out. Minecraft Legends was the next announcement. It's a new action strategy game coming to Xbox and PC next year. So it's essentially kind of like Diablo type Minecraft, I guess, in a way. I don't know.
Interesting.
But I think they already had one like that. So this is a new one? They had another Minecraft game that was like an action strategy, like top-down Minecraft. They had one of those, but I don't remember the name of it.
Minecraft Dungeons.
Oh, it's just... Okay, Dungeons. Okay. So yeah, Minecraft Legends, I mean... What the hey? Be on Game Pass. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say there. Lightyear Frontier is a mech exploration and farming game, sort of like Stardew Valley, with a giant mechanical suit. It's a non-violent game where you'll be exploring distant planets and building farms on them. The game also features a co-op play with up to 3 friends. It'll release spring of next year. Lightyear Frontier. I mean, if people who are into Stardew Valley, this honestly might be right up their alley. So that's something to try. So I mean, that's
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Lightyear Frontier don't look like anything like for me, but I mean, people out there who like it's a good like peaceful game, like Minecraft and stuff. I don't know, just those peaceful turn your brain off type games where you just relax and play.
Make a buck for yourself so you can go farm on an alien planet. Like you do.
Gunfire Reborn.
Trees.
It's a shoot 'em up roguelike thing. I don't know. Weird art style. Gunfire Reborn. Weird like Borderlands type art style with like looks like an animal creature, different animal creatures and stuff. I don't know. The Last Case of Benedict Fox. It's like a side Metroidvania type game, shooter thing. I mean, looks cool for people who are into that. I'm not big on those kind of games, but I did love Metroid Dread. But I mean, I don't know. Metroid's a little different, I guess. As Dusk Falls is a first game from Interior/Night. Features rotoscoped graphics, and it'll be an interactive drama. Interactive drama, you know, not my kind of thing. It's essentially, I mean, I was never even big on Telltale, really, just because there was less gameplay and more watching, and I'd rather just sit there and watch if I'm going to watch something, instead of having to click a button every now and then, or whatever. So, kind of like Telltale, but it's less, it's not like cutscenes, it's, I don't know how to explain it. Nothing crazy there, though. Naraka Blade Point. What was that? I don't even remember what Naraka Blade Point was. Oh, that's right. It's that multiplayer game that was on PC. Now it's coming to Xbox. That with a single player with a new campaign. It actually looked really kind of cool. Naraka Blade Point. I think it caught Phil's eye a little bit too. Looks kind of cool, honestly. Naraka Blade Point. Looks like a fun multiplayer type game, and now it's gonna have a campaign. I didn't know about it before.
The Naraka Blade Point.
Yeah.
If it comes out on the PlayStation, especially, I'll be playing it. It looks really good.
Mhm. Yeah, which right now it's not coming to PlayStation. It probably won't. It seems like it's an Xbox exclusive, so whatever. But it looks cool. Pentiment. That's nothing really there. Nothing of our interest. Grounded is apparently officially releasing the full game. It's finally leaving early access. I didn't know Grounded was still in early access. That game came out like 2 or 3 years ago. And apparently now in July it's officially releasing the full game. Or wait, no, in September it's officially leaving early access, and the full game is officially releasing for Grounded. I have not tried Grounded, but I always was interested in trying it.
Definitely worth trying out.
So what is it, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
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 Pretty much.
Yeah, it's been out for a couple of years, but I guess it was never the full game.
Yeah, you're like super teeny tiny. You gotta like roam through the grass and whatnot, but you can actually like you can cut down like different like grass stalks essentially, and you can like build houses and whatnot and different stuff like that.
Honestly,
you
I
know,
feel like
build
I feel like that'd be
defenses
something we'd have fun with, Sean. Maybe we'll have to try that
Then
one
there's,
in
like,
September.
because there's like ants and then bees, there's spiders, all sorts of different like bugs and whatnot. And I guess the latest thing that they added since I last hopped on was like a pond that had a huge fish or something in it. You could create like a giant leaf boat or something. I don't know. There's a bunch of cool stuff.
It sounds like a fun game for sure, especially if you're into like Minecraft and stuff. It does sound like something. It'd be a lot of
very kind of Minecrafty sort of.
or into the forest, but you know, how they shoot the kids version. Yeah, which is getting
When's
a
the
sequel.
next one coming?
I forget when the release date was for Forest 2, honestly. Probably, I think November, it said. I don't know. There's a lot of games coming out in the fourth quarter of the year, between September and December. But I think that's how it is every year, honestly. I don't know if I'll have time to play them all or end up playing them all or whatever. I don't know, but there's a lot of stuff coming between September and December for sure. I mean, as of right now, November's got Pokemon, and November has... what else? I don't know. October's got Modern Warfare 2, and October's got Forspoken, and it's got one other thing that we haven't gotten around to talking about yet, but we'll get there as well in October. Erebin Shadow Legacy, that looks interesting. I mean, it's a single player like assassin anime looking interesting art style chick that kills things and can teleport and stuff. I don't know, it looks cool. All right, we'll get this big one out of the way, because you know, I'm sure Sean, you have some input on this one, and that's Diablo 4. Diablo 4, I'm impressed. It's looking good. It's looking good.
I've been waiting for a very long time.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, when did Diablo 3 come out? Like 2000. It was a long time ago. Well, like 2010, 2009.
In retrospect, I still have my Diablo 2 discs to install on my computer.
Nice. Yeah, how? When did Diablo 3 come out?
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
This trailer got me excited, though, honestly. Like, holy crap. After you look that up anyway, when Diablo 3 came out. Diablo 3 is really fun.
2012. So it's
Okay,
10 years.
Okay, 10 years. 10 years. Gotcha. So over a decade since the last one, come next year when Diablo 4 is supposed to finally release. I was hoping it'd be this year, but that's okay. There's a lot of games next year. And this is actually one of the games. This is one of the games that won't even be on Game Pass. Diablo 4 will not be on Game Pass, so we'll have to pay full price for this one.
I'll buy it.
No, I will too. They impressed with it being open world, finally being able to customize your characters. Oh my gosh, that's a big one. The usual, what is it, 4 classes, or is it 5?
5.
5 at launch. Then you know dang well they'll probably do DLC. Yeah, as long as this game doesn't drop the ball, then we're good. Which I don't think it will. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the stuff on Diablo Immortal, but it's a dumpster fire, the mobile game. But that's a mobile game, and that's a completely different situation and scenario. But I know Diablo Immortal was like a complete dumpster fire.
Heard mixed reviews on it.
But Diablo 4 looks freaking good. Phil, I know you were watching it with me. What do you think of Diablo 4? Phil, I can't hear you. Phil, we can't hear you.
I was talking to Dylan.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Diablo 4, what do you think?
Excited for it. I want to play it. Especially now that I saw there's character creation for that game, I'm going to be playing the fuck out of it if I get my hands on that once it drops.
For real. The Necromancer trailer.
That trailer really good.
Yeah, and the Necromancer looked sweet for that game for sure. I don't know what class I'll end up going with first, but yeah, it looks good. It looks
like the wizard, necromancer, assassin, maybe a druid, and then a fighter.
Gotcha.
Not sure. Yeah, I always played necromancer.
Then Sea of Thieves got another update. It's getting another season. Season 7. Wow. That game's came a long way for sure. I mean, I don't know if anyone's here has played it. I have not played it. I know people who have played it. Pretty cool game.
No, I've played it. It's definitely really fun, especially if you get like the whole crew together.
I remember when it first came out. I remember when it first came out, it was lacking content and was like not that great, but it came a long way. Some games that tends to happen, I guess. Unfortunately, Ravenlock. Yeah, that's nothing really. Cocoon. This is, I think, an indie developed game. It kind of looks interesting, to be honest. I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's something I'll play, but it looks kind of cool. It's a sci-fi puzzle game, but it looks unique, like in a weird kind of satisfying way. You know what I mean? I don't know. Wolong Fallen Dynasty. This caught my eye for sure because this game is made by the people who made what you call it? They made 2 games. Sorry, I'm losing the name at the moment. Neo 1 and 2.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. The people who made Neo 1 and 2 made this game, Wolong Fallen Dynasty, and it looks really freaking cool. It's like it's a Chinese three kingdoms period. Play as like a ninja assassin dude from China. It's got dragons. Looks like it has dragons in it and stuff, mythical creatures and dragons, and comes out. It says early next year, day 1 Game Pass. So looks pretty freaking cool, man. Next announcement was another kind of a big deal because these games have been on PlayStation for a while, and I really love the 5th one, and that's Persona 3, 4, and 5 are all coming to Xbox, and they'll be, I don't know if they'll be, no, they're coming to Game Pass. They are coming to Game Pass, so that's pretty cool. Persona's a really popular franchise, and Fifth one's the only one I played, and they're really, really long. That's the only downside to them, but I mean, they're still pretty good, pretty fun games. So, yeah, Persona 3, 4, and 5, but all coming to Game Pass, so that's cool. I know we're kind of starting to fly through a little bit here. So, here's one that kind of made me and Phil kind of like, oh, what's happening here? But we didn't get anything, unfortunately. Hideo Kojima is partnering up with Xbox for a new game. He didn't give us any details. All he said was, this is a game he's always wanted to make.
He's like, I'm around. Okay.
I'm excited for Kojima because my man pulls up out of the blue with no information at all, just like, oh, I'm working on a game right now, and he made the Metal Gear franchise, and I'm in love with that entire series. So I'm like really excited. I'm curious what he's gonna be doing though.
Yeah,
he does. He knows when it comes to game developers, he's part of my top favorite personally because he knows what he's doing.
He does. He absolutely does.
So I'm just excited to see what he ends up making or doing.
It'll probably be quite a few years before it's out, but whatever it is he's working on, it'll be something special, I'm sure.
It'll be amazing.
Kojima makes some great stuff. Whether it be the Metal Gear games or Death Stranding. I mean, even though I'm not really into Death Stranding, I mean, it's still a great game, and no one can deny that it's still a really great game for what it is. And I think Kojima just has a unique style of making things unique and different and weird. Like, very weird. Because Death Stranding proved how weird of a game he can make. Death Stranding really was strange and weird. But, so...
I still think it's funny. The moment the one company broke up with Kojima, like, Konami, I think... Well, no, I think that's his company, but no, yeah. The one he broke up, when they split up, when the two companies split apart and they came out with the garbage that was Metal Gear Survive.
We don't talk about Metal Gear Survive.
Metal Gear Survive at all.
No, it's
because that whole game was garbage.
Yeah, that's so terrible. We do not talk about that trash. It's a dang shame. It's a dang shame that Konami parted ways with Kojima at one point and then ruined the Metal Gear franchise as a whole. It's a dang shame that they did that.
They still had
and we haven't gotten a Metal Gear game since, and that's not surprising
because they can't revive themselves after doing something like that.
I don't think they can. It's just too hard without Kojima, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so we might talk about this for a fat minute, because this was the last thing they showed, and they showed 15 minutes. Starfield. We need to talk about this game. I was going to make a video on it, on my honest thoughts. I have not done so yet, but I plan on it. So I'll go first. Starfield. It looks good. It looks kind of promising, but in a way, I feel like they're trying to over-deliver, and that might not be a good thing. After I gave it some thought, I like a lot of Bethesda games, but I look back at... Oh, the cat's meowing at the door, so whatever, he ain't coming in. I look back at Fallout 76 before it came out, and Todd Howard saying the whole 16 times the detail thing and junk. And he essentially lied with that game. I mean, granted, he hadn't done it before Fallout 76. Like, the games, yes, they have their bugs. Yes, they have some issues. But they overall still are fun experiences. And a lot of people are fans of Bethesda's games. But with Fallout 76, he tried over-delivering. And the game failed at launch. It's doing great now, of course. It has for quite a while. But it had a horrendous launch at launch. And before the game came out, he said that it would be 16 times the detail and all that. I don't know why the heck he said that when they were still using the same engine anyways. But Starfield, I think, looks like a mix of No Man's Sky meets Fallout. And I think that's kind of cool, in a way. Graphically, you know, they're still kind of using the same engine. But my biggest worry is that if there's going to be like 1,000 planets to explore, are there going to be planets that are like dead, you know, where you go there and there's nothing there to do, there's no NPCs or there's no enemies around and it's just completely empty? Like, I don't know I'm excited, and I'm glad it'll be on Game Pass day one. That way I don't have to pay full price to be able to play this game, because I want to play it very badly, and I want to review it after it comes out. Phil, you can wear an astronaut suit. It will be wonderful. But, I don't know.
I'm
It
expecting
looks
Cyberpunk all over again.
it looks exactly like a No Man's Sky meets Fallout, and I think that's okay. You know, it works for Bethesda. But he also kind of talked a little bit about the space combat in an IGN interview today, and that it is a little bit expansive. The space combat a little bit, and there's a little more to it than what we've seen so far. And I think that's great. We're going to see more ships in the future. Maybe we'll see giant, massive ships and stuff. Maybe there's ships in space that you can even land on and stuff and explore inside the ships. We don't really know all those details with Starfield. And outside of the story, you know, is there going to be main quests on all these planets? Like, that's my biggest worry. Are they over-delivering or under-delivering? Or... and I know the game's been in development for a very long time. Very long time. That's why Elder Scrolls 6 is so far away still, because they've been focusing on Starfield for years now. But I need to know. I just want to know everyone's thoughts. Sean, I'll let you go first on Starfield. I'll let you go first, because Sean's not a huge Bethesda guy. He tried Skyrim, you know, wasn't a fan. I just want to know what you think of what you've seen on Starfield. You know.
Well, I mean, the graphics and the gameplay they show you looks promising, but I mean, I'm waiting for Cyberpunk to happen again. Just holes and bugs and ridiculousness everywhere.
At least there'd be funniness out of it, but yeah.
And they're saying it's gonna be 1,000 worlds, but I'm expecting like over 900 of them to be like, you know, broken up Minecraft looking things.
That's
that are just
where
ridiculous.
I'm worried. That's where I'm a little bit worried for sure. Sheldon, what do you think on Starfield here? I know you probably haven't looked at much on it with the gameplay. I don't know if you watched it.
I would say I watched the trailer, and I actually recently this past week have been like sucked completely back into No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole entire time I was watching it, that's like the entire vibe that I felt.
Yeah, there's
like a No Man's Sky, but from like with Bethesda mechanics kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So at least, you know, you got like your skill tree and like the way that it's played and everything.
Absolutely.
I did like kind of the combat system that they had, where like, you know, like the one scene where they were fighting the bandits and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It was very like, you know, Fallout-y, Skyrim type
absolutely.
dealio.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So it looked really good, but at the same time, I get what you're saying as far as like is there gonna be too much to where like every world's going to have something to do?
Because they've never built a game this big. Yeah, they make great open world games, but they've never made a game this expansive, this massive. Like it does have me worried on, like Sean said, 100 planets that'll be great, and then 900 that'll just be like, where's the NPCs? Where's the enemies? Why does this look like a PlayStation 1 planet? You know? And that's where I'm a little bit worried.
Right.
I'm glad it was delayed into 2023, but, you know.
And there isn't, I feel like, even a lot of games that are like to the extent of No Man's Sky, and how, you know what I mean? Like, as far as like, there's that game so ginormous.
It's massive at this point, yeah.
Like, the fact that, like, you know what I mean? You can be on one side of the galaxy from the other kind of thing. And
yeah, and when No Man's Sky first released, although graphically it looked okay, it had a lot of bugs, it had messiness to it, and it didn't have a lot to do. Now it's amazing years later, but the thing with Starfield, this isn't a game that gets updates aside from fixing bugs, fixing issues. You know, this is a single player game that is an experience just for you. That is a Bethesda game, not a game like No Man's Sky where it gets a bunch of multiplayer updates and all that stuff. So, it's definitely a different situation with Starfield versus No Man's Sky. But obviously we have to compare it to No Man's Sky because it's so similar in a lot of ways with your mining, with your killing enemies, scanning stuff, like all the different things. Aside from the story being a lot like Fallout and the combat having the Fallout vibes.
Not to mention, like, if this thing's gonna be as big, or you know, as 1,000 worlds and all that, how big is this game gonna be?
So, like download size. Download size. That's
your
a good
entire hard
question.
drive gonna be just this game?
That's what I'm wondering too. How big the hard drive size will be on this? It'll probably be ridiculous.
My
all right.
guess is
Hey,
5 terabytes.
All right, we're gonna go to Phil. We're gonna get a little bit from Phil. Phil, what do you think of Starfield? You watched it with me. What do you think of this very ambitious game? A lot of people are looking forward to this game.
It looks good, but I'm also worried about the whole they want to do like a fuck ton of like plants and everything like that, because that's going to require them to need to have more time to develop all these plants and whatnot if they want everything to be like developed and everything. 100%.
Sean, look up when development started for Starfield. I'm curious. I'll keep going.
But yeah, it's going to take a lot of work if they're planning to do that, and then the whole is, and that's also hoping that the Xbox doesn't explode or crap itself trying to run this game.
Yeah,
Because
for
that
real.
game's going to probably be extremely massive,
Yeah.
just based on everything they're trying to do with it alone. Especially if they want decent graphics too.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a lot of work. So I just hope they don't fuck it up.
Cameron, I know you're a big Bethesda guy, so I waited for you to be last to talk about Starfield because, I know you're a huge Bethesda guy. You love your Fallout, you love your Skyrim. Starfield's a new IP. There's a lot to talk about here. So I got to hear some stuff from you about it,
My opinion, I'm excited for it. It looks pretty cool. I still would prefer Elder Scrolls 6 first.
I can't argue that. I cannot argue that. I mean, I
Yeah.
I agree, but I mean, Starfield is a new IP, so I mean, Elder Scrolls 6 was announced back in 2018, and Starfield was announced last year or 2 years ago? When was it announced? I'll find out. Announced.
I think
It wasn't that long ago.
2 years
It says 2018. Was formally announced during Bethesda's E3 press conference in 2018. Really?
That's when it was announced. When did the
When was the first
start?
trailer? When was the first trailer? I'm wondering now. When was the first trailer for Starfield?
So apparently the concept for Starfield came up in 2013, but didn't start until late 2015.
So development maybe started in 2015.
Yep.
Okay, so the game's
year-long game.
okay. So the game's
So
been
it started right after Fallout 4.
Okay. So it's been in development for at least like 6 years. So that's pretty promising, and honestly, that's your average Bethesda development at this point. It's seeming like, because Elder Scrolls 6 was announced so long ago now too.
Well, that's because Bethesda likes to put way too much work into their game.
I feel like
I mean,
that, yeah.
they wind up making great games. It's just the problem is that it takes so damn long to make, which I am one of the person that would rather developers take their time making a game to make sure it's good, but
Absolutely.
Bethesda tries to, they make their games too good, I think.
Yeah.
But that does work out for them because, like, Skyrim, for example, is still relevant.
Yeah, somehow, yeah. Absolutely, it's still relevant. Over 10 years later, it's still a relevant game, still getting new additions. It just got a new edition this year, I think, right?
Seriously.
Yeah. The anniversary edition was technically last year because it was November. But
10-year
it
anniversary?
was still pretty recent.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. Still keeps getting new editions, still is on everything. Everybody's played Skyrim probably at least once, so just because
that's even like Fallout 4 though too. I mean, with like the community mods and everything like that, and
I did get a
different,
lot
like,
of mods.
like Fallout Miami and freaking, it was like an entire whole DLC add-on, and there's still, I'm pretty sure that one of the latest ones was like a whole underwater like vault city that someone had actually like modded into the game, and then they were trying to like actually look into making it like a full actual DLC add-on kind of thing.
That's interesting.
But I was saying it looked pretty badass for sure.
Right now Starfield looks pretty dang good, yeah. I mean honestly, from Bethesda, at this point I never even expect the graphics to be like crazy. I mean, it is what it is. When it comes to their engine, it's weird that they won't come up with... I mean, they have like a 2.0 engine of their game now that they're using for the first time, I think, with Starfield. Whatever their engine is, it's like a 2.0 version that they're using with Starfield, which is their first game using that engine, I think. But, actually, what... what engine is it that they use? What engine do they use? Creation Engine. So it's the Creation Engine 2 that they're using for Starfield. So it's their first time using the 2.0 version of the Creation Engine. So at least they're using a better version of the same engine, but I mean, still, again, when you have so many planets and different things, there's going to be some messiness probably in there, somewhat. Honestly, I'm not expecting anything perfect from Bethesda.
It's a Bethesda game.
Yeah, and like Cameron said, yeah, they take their time, kind of, but at the same time, I feel like they try to over deliver a little bit. Sometimes with games, like they could have just done like 100 planets and everyone would be stoked. You don't need to pull a No Man's Sky. I mean, No Man's Sky was garbage at launch. It needed so much, and now it's a great game. But Starfield's a different situation. It's a Bethesda game. It'll only get updates for bugs and stuff like that, and not DLC, because Bethesda games don't really get DLC unless they're multiplayer. Single player games don't get DLC from what I know, really. So.
When's the last Fallout 3? No, Fallout 4. Fallout 4 had DLC.
Did it?
Fallout 4 had a bunch of DLC. It had Fire Harbor, it had the Nuka World, it had...
Nuka World's amazing, I love that one.
Yeah, the Nuka World add-on was actually awesome. You could change all your settlements to raider settlements. It was pretty badass. So, like, you could essentially take over all of, like, Fallout as, like, raiders and stuff like that.
Take over all the Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, no, there was quite a... And then, same with Skyrim. They had, the Dragonboard add-on, the Hearthfire add-on, the,
okay.
What was it? The Dawn Guard add-on with the vampires.
I guess I just stopped playing them, and I never played any of their DLCs.
Well, now when they're released, all the DLCs are just automatically added, so it just seems like the base game.
Okay. Yeah.
But...
Well, maybe I don't know. Starfield,
So,
it doesn't even seem like there'd be much of a reason to even add DLC with Starfield. It looks like they got just about everything covered. I think the fact that there's ship customization, that's a big one for sure. I like that. Definitely, that's huge that you can customize your own ship, and you can also steal other people's ships. There's actually Todd Howard did explain in an interview there is going to be missions where you steal other ships at points for specific missions, which is interesting.
Hell yeah.
At least I believe so. Being able to customize that. Your character customization looks pretty impressive. The amount of customization that's there. That looks good.
Is it the amount of customization as Cyberpunk?
Maybe. We don't for sure know. You know, if you can customize your junk. Who knows? It looks like Saints Row might be doing that though. Looks like you can customize your junk, but that's Saints Row, so that shouldn't be surprising.
I would say Saints Row 3 you were able to. So
okay, yeah, that's.
I don't see why they dismiss it for the new
surprising.
release.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks interesting. It looks. At least we've seen it now. You know, we know what Starfield is now because we didn't even know what the heck it was before. So, but they're just promising a lot. So, at least it's on Game Pass, so you can try it for one small price.
That's
that's
another
that's
thing
big.
too.
That's definitely
that's
huge.
insane.
Being able to just pay one price to play such a massive game, like sometimes it's good, when it comes to digital for games, like with stuff like Game Pass and stuff. I think that's awesome. I mean, some games I need physical copies for, like Sony with PlayStation exclusives and stuff, and I get that's probably why Sony isn't doing the whole put their games day one on this service, because of the fact that their games sell like crazy. Like God of War Ragnarok, I need it now. Shut up, take my money. I want the physical copy now. So I want the steelbook, like I got the collector's edition of the last one, but I'm not gonna get another collector's edition for that.
Statue one. What if they come out with like a statue thing when it comes out?
I got a Kratos Atreus statue over here, and I got a Kratos up there as well from the God of War 3. So I think I'm good there. So I don't know. There is a little bit more though, shockingly. I figured we'd talk about that for a little bit. It says is over 100 solar systems in that game, in Starfield. Over 100 solar systems. Man,
See that?
that's crazy. 9 fully explore, one of which it has 9 fully explorable planets. With there being over 1,000 planets, that's I don't know. Who knows? It could end up getting
There's probably
delayed
gonna
again.
be a bunch of solar systems with like one planet in them that's explorable.
Who knows? Got me.
I can easily see that.
Or like similar as to like Mass Effect, where like you could kind of go to each of the galaxies and star systems, but there would only be like 1 or 2 planets you could actually land on and complete and do a mission.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the other thing too is like, are you able to like fly around and land anywhere on the planet?
Oh, yeah.
Like No
Yep.
Man's Sky
Yeah.
style.
They confirmed that.
Or is
Yes.
it more of like a set? Okay.
Oh no,
Like
you
know
can
what
you
I
can
mean?
you yeah.
Like a set map kind of thing for
No,
each
you can fly in the air and then go
planet.
to any part of the planet. That's what he said in the showcase. So, which is good. That's great. You know, being able to go anywhere on the planet. It's just I feel like some games
no.
it's like I don't want it to turn into a chore. You know, where it's like there's too much. You know. I mean, yeah, you could just do this.
Exactly.
You can just do the main campaign and all, but it's like sometimes you want to do more. But when there's too much, it's like I don't know. Well, Cameron, what else?
I was gonna say I know exactly what you mean. I think I mentioned to you that I still haven't finished the last DLC in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% the base game, did all the missions on the first DLC because that only added missions, and then I was 100%ing all the locations and stuff in Fate of Atlantis, and I don't know, I just got bored. It was just like I've done the same thing, go in, kill commander, loot chest, blah blah blah, over and over and over, and I just got tired of it. Still haven't finished it, but. And it is the same thing with a bunch of other games. I 100% them, and then it's just kind of like, why did I spend so much time on it? I was bored the last half.
Yeah, some games do become a chore, and it's like, why? I don't like when a game becomes a chore. I like to have fun, So, I don't know. I like having a lot to do, don't get me wrong, but when a game has way too much, I don't know. Sometimes it can be kind of overwhelming, and at first that's fine, but over time it's like I don't want to get bored and like force myself to play or have still too much to do after 100 hours or something,
Right.
Depends. Sometimes it depends on the game. I don't know. Sometimes it just depends. So, there is one more thing. Well, more than one, actually. There was one more showcase, I should say. And that was the Capcom showcase that happened just yesterday. And it revealed some stuff. Pretty cool. Me, Phil, and Sean are big Monster Hunter guys, but we never played Monster Hunter Rise. But Sunbreak looks amazing. And from what I'm hearing, apparently it's going to be bigger than Iceborne. And they're adding DLC after it's already out. It's like, holy crap. I thought about playing it on PC still, but I don't know. And Phil doesn't have a PC, so it's like, Sean, if you and me played it, it'd be like, I don't know, it'd just be us, so it's not the same.
Cross-platform or anything?
I don't think so, which is crappy. Yeah. There's a demo for Sunbreak coming to Switch and PC on June 14th. Oh, wait, it's already out. Okay. There's a demo for Sunbreak on Switch and PC. Always check out, but yeah. So I mean, I wish Rise was on more, but honestly, I think in the future, once they're done with Rise, I mean, obviously they'll probably do another like next gen Monster Hunter game, and that's what I'm mainly waiting for because Monster Hunter World was so freaking good. It's the best-selling Capcom game. It's the best-selling Capcom game of all time.
That game was
Monster Hunter
amazing.
World. Yeah.
It was such a fun game.
I put over 700 or 800 hours into Monster Hunter World between the base game and then once Iceborne came out, it was like Iceborne was a whole nother game. It was ridiculous.
Right.
Like how much content is in Monster Hunter is absolutely nuts. And Monster Hunter World was the game that got me into the franchise, and a lot of other people too. And it's still so fun. It's a game I would like to revisit at some point more again. But I would love to try Rise, but the fact that it was a Switch game just it bugged me so much. And then it coming to PC is cool, but not everyone has a PC, so it's like, you know, it sucks.
Right.
I'd love to see more Monster Hunter. I can't wait until we get the next Monster Hunter game that'll be on next gen. It's gonna be insane. Monster Hunter World looked good as it was. The next one, I can only imagine how good it's gonna be. It's gonna be crazy. Monster Hunter World, when that game came out, it was same with when Iceborne came out. It was one of those games that, and you guys probably have all had this with games before. You lose track of time completely. Elden Ring was the same way. You lose track of time. You don't know what time it is because 6 hours went by and it felt like 2. You know? And it's like, what? What happened to the time? You know? I love when that happens with a game.
Though.
I absolutely love when that happens.
Start 2 and you end at 2. Just
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And Elden Ring did that for sure. And then Monster Hunter World was another that did that for me. Street Fighter...
See, it's not good... It's not fun when the time goes by fast. It's good when the game makes you feel like the time goes by fast. That's the good thing.
Yes, this is true. Street Fighter 6 was shown. Well, it wasn't shown actually. They didn't show anything, but they just mentioned it. That's coming. That there'll be more coming this year on Street Fighter 6, which I can't wait for. I mean, and also rumor has it. Jared told me rumor has it Street Fighter 6 could be free to play. That would be nuts. That'd be awesome, but it'd be crazy.
unexpected.
Yeah. I might end up paying for it anyway if they do a collector's edition, because honestly, if they do like a Ryu statue or something, I might get it because it's one of those games that I'm really, really looking forward to. I may not have played much Street Fighter 5, but this one, it seems like they're going back to like Street Fighter Alpha 3 days, and even some Street Fighter 2 in there. The gameplay and everything just looks fantastic for Street Fighter 6, so I just can't wait to play it. You know,
I'd be looking homeless still, but
who? Ryu? Oh, not
Yeah.
really so much him. Ken's the one that's looking homeless, which if you've seen the leaks, you know what he looks like. So Ken's supposed to be that rich boy that, you know, has a family and a house and this. He's got like money and stuff, and I don't know if his what family left him or if they were killed or what, but Ken's looking kind of homeless for Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 2. I'm looking at the collection.
Oh, okay. Capcom Fighting Collection. They showed just a little segment that comes out June 24th. It's gonna have 10 classic Capcom fighting games, so that's super cool. Like, honestly, if you're like into party games or have like people to play with or like a party with people and stuff, Capcom Fighting Collections are always something fun. You know, I think those are great things when they bring back all the classics in a collection, because retro is always fantastic. You know, retro is always a great thing to have around. Capcom Arcade Second Stadium, they talked about, they showed that again, which we talked a little bit about earlier. This is an interesting one that I'm interested in. I'm not sure how I need to see more. I signed up for the alpha or whatever. Sean did as well. It was a process, but Exoprimal is basically a multiplayer, it says co-op shooter, but it's up to 4 people, and you're fighting hordes and hordes of dinosaurs coming from the sky. They like come from the sky through a portal, and there's tons and tons and tons of dinosaurs, like thousands and thousands. If this thing was on previous gen consoles, the console would literally explode. Like, this is worse than God of War Ragnarok, like, because the frame rates and stuff, because there's thousands and thousands of dinosaurs and stuff that you're shooting and killing. Like, your console would just be dead. It would your house would blow. Your house would probably burn down because your console would die. Like,
so is it basically that the dinosaurs didn't go extinct? They just got brought to the future and we killed them there.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. It looks a little bit like a mix between like Warframe and Overwatch meets Dino Crisis. You know, that's what I think. A mix of Warframe, Overwatch, and Dino Crisis all in one. It looks super neat. I'm definitely interested.
I can give it a try.
Yeah, I signed up for the alpha, so we'll see. It'd be nice to get a code and try it. Even if I don't get to, like, I rely on, like, I'm sure he'll get a code, Maximilian Dude, maybe some other YouTubers and stuff to be able to get their feedback on it. Because it looks so unique. And people have been wanting Dino Crisis to come back from the classic PS2 era, but that hasn't happened. And Exoprimal at least gives some type of vibes off of that, because the dinosaur aspect. I don't know. It looks weirdly fun. Just looks weirdly fun. You know.
Yeah, they're pouring out of the damn thing.
Dragon's Dogma anniversary, 10th year anniversary. I never played Dragon's Dogma. Has anyone played that? Dragon's Dogma?
I don't think I have.
I don't know what it. I don't even know what it is.
No, I didn't play that.
Now there was a few more little things here. Resident Evil 8 Village is getting its DLC finally. It's finally getting the DLC we've been asking for so long. If you played Resident Evil 8 Village, it's great, awesome. Lady Thick, you know, we love her. But it's finally getting its DLC expansion, and you play as Ethan Winter's daughter 16 years later. And it looks amazing. And it's also getting a Mercenaries add-on, they call it, which you get to play as Chris Redfield, Lady D, or Lady Thick, whatever you want to call her, you know. And I forget the other guy's name, but it's a third person. It's a new mode. I don't know. It's like a mode against hordes of zombie people things. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
pretty much you pick characters, kill a fuck ton of zombies, and it looks really good. And I would only really want
Looks
it for
fun.
the DLC.
Lady D can literally like throws chairs. She throws chairs and she like grabs a zombie and choke slams it to the ground because she's 9 feet tall. It's awesome. It's great. Looks
She fights
great.
like a female wrestler.
Yeah, and they're also adding a third person mode. That's a big deal. People have been asking for that.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 8 Village, you'll be able to replay it in third person, and all the animations are completely redone on Ethan Winters. I think that's awesome. That's really
Yeah, I
freaking
prefer
cool,
third
man.
person if I can help it.
Yeah. Cameron, what do you think? You like Resident Evil?
I like Resident Evil, but I think they peaked at 7 so far. I have not played 8. I've heard it's good.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's definitely
But
good.
I like.
Just wait for
I
the
like
gold edition then.
first person for it.
Yeah, wait for the gold edition then. It comes out October 28th. Comes out. I mean,
I
that'll be more
already
worth
own
it.
the game.
Oh, you do already own it. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I just haven't.
Dang,
got
man.
to playing it yet.
Stream it. It's freaking fun, man. It's such a good game. I don't know if I like it more than 7 or not, but well, 7 was more horror. 8 it has its horror moments, but it's definitely more action than horror. Especially after the first quarter of the game. After the first quarter, the rest of the game is essentially more action heavy, or maybe it's after like the first half. I don't know, but that's not a big deal as long as it's really good. And it's a really good game. So, and then the same day that launches on October 28th, Resident Evil Reverse, which is, I believe it's free to play. It had a beta last year and it wasn't very well received, so I think their plan was to release it earlier, but then they delayed it a while, and it's a new multiplayer Resident Evil game. It's got characters from all the different Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 2, 3, I think Chris Redfield, and I don't know if it's an older version or not, but it's got some of the characters from the remakes of 2, 3, and more, and it's the zombies against the they're all players, but the zombies versus the human characters, and I think you can play as some of the villains from the different Resident Evil games as well, like Mr. X, Nemesis, some others. It looks really interesting. If it's free to play, Reverse might be something decent, but we don't know. Thoughts on a new multiplayer Resident Evil thing? Not much.
I mean,
You mean what? It's just me.
Could be something.
could be something.
Yeah.
I need more, so I didn't have to say anything about it, really.
There was a beta for it last year, but I mean, it wasn't very well received, so I don't know. And then they showed a little more Resident Evil 4 remake as well. I cannot wait. March 24th of next year, can't come any sooner. I love Resident Evil 4 is awesome. I'm currently replaying it. I'm currently playing it on stream, and it's a great game. And the remake, it's weird. At the show, they only showed like 5 seconds of new gameplay related to it, just showing off Leon walking through like the forest at the towards the village at the beginning of the game. They didn't show him shooting. They didn't show really hardly any new animations, unfortunately, which is very weird that they decided to show us Leon walking and not showing anything extra there. But I mean, I don't know. They didn't even show him go inside of the house at the end of the trailer, but
it's a Lord of the Rings game. That's walking.
I can just say if you've played Resident Evil 2 remake, it's made by the developers of that game, not the developers of Resident Evil 3 remake, which 3 remake a lot of people kind of dislike because they took out the clock tower, which was like a whole entire section of the game that they pulled out. I don't know why they did that. Stupid decision. But 4 remake, hopefully it's a really good Resident Evil game, you know, because 2 remake is my favorite Resident Evil currently. It's super good. And they also just got well, that's the other thing here. Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2 remake, and 3 remake just got next gen upgrades, and if you have them on PC, you get upgrades there as well. Updates there as well. So, if you own any of those Resident Evil games, you get free upgrades. So, that's pretty cool. I would love to remake or replay 2 remake at some point, but I don't know. I don't know if any of you, well, I mean, I know Sean, you obviously you played a chunk of Resident Evil in the past, of course, you know about it and stuff. I mean, you watch it more than anything nowadays. Heck, you'll probably just watch me play 4 remake when I'm streaming it or something, unless I do an actual playthrough on YouTube. So either way, everyone would. I might do that actually for Resident Evil 4 remake. I feel like more people will be able to watch it that way, you know. That way, you know, because not everyone watches the stream or anything. I might do that. Because certain games I plan on doing YouTube playthroughs for in the future, like new games. I wish I would have done it with Elden Ring. I regret not doing a playthrough for Elden Ring, but it's whatever. Like first playthrough, wish I would have. That game was something special for sure.
That was so long.
Yeah.
There was actually one more thing I forgot to mention. Some of you might have looked at it, maybe. But Sonic Forces got actual more new gameplay. Because there was people at the Summer Game Fest, like the actual place that people go and play the demos of games and stuff. There was people there playing Sonic Forces, and they revealed new gameplay for it, and I think it looks at least a little better than it did. The first Sonic Forces stuff they released looked rough. Like the game looked so like just not good. It's looking a little better. I think they don't plan on delaying it to next year apparently. But it is looking visually a lot better. The gameplay at least looks better than it did. Soundtrack wise, I don't think it really played much, but I still need more. But Sonic Forces is looking better than it did. Sean, did you watch the trailer for the new stuff on Sonic Forces? I think I sent it to you.
No, I haven't seen the new one yet.
You didn't? Phil, I sent it to you. I know I did.
You don't think I did?
I know I sent it to you,
I haven't
Phil.
watched it. If you have sent it to me, I'm also just not interested in Sonic really that much these days. Just because ever since the Black Knight and the Secret Rings, I don't think they've done a really great job.
They
with the
haven't.
past couple Sonic games. Other people would argue that
Well, no,
otherwise.
that's the thing. Sonic games haven't been that great since like the Wii, Sonic Colors. So, people who are Sonic fans.
Even then, I didn't like Colors.
Well, I'm saying people that are Sonic fans like want this to be something great, you know. I mean, the movies are good, so.
Well, yeah, I said people want.
I mean, I want.
I don't really want it.
I want it to be great, but I don't know if I'll end up playing it or not. It just
I probably
depends,
won't,
you know.
if I'm being honest.
I mean, I love Sonic, but there's not gonna be. I don't know if they can't really impress me. Which they haven't impressed me, but they got me more intrigued with the new gameplay, which was the demo people were playing. It looks better than it did before, which is good. That's at least promising, you know. Oh yeah, Cameron, I sent it to you too. I think you looked at it. Yeah, you did look at it. I think you messaged me back about it. Looks a little better, right? A little better than it did.
Yeah, it does.
Solid. Sucks that we didn't get a new Wolfenstein or Doom announced, but that's okay. Doom, I still feel like it's too early. Wolfenstein, who knows what's going on.
Indeed.
Or whatever. I figured it would be over 2 hours at least. It'd be longer if Justin was here. I don't know what happened to him. I think he just like died.
I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
He could have fell asleep for whatever reason. I mean, he did work today, so who knows?
Oh well.
Yeah, it probably would have been longer, honestly, if he was here. I was like, oh, this might be like a 3-hour podcast. It's over 2 though. Sheldon, don't you gotta go to bed anyways?
I do. I really do have to go to bed.
You don't
I gotta
normally
be
stay
up
up
for
this
work
late, do
tomorrow
you?
morning.
Yeah, you don't normally stay
Nope.
up this late. I appreciate that you
Not
did.
not during the week.
Yeah,
Nah,
I
it was
appreciate
fun
that you.
chatting, hanging out.
I
for real.
appreciate that you did this week. I figured I wanted to try, just because there was so much to go over with video games and stuff, and I wanted to get whoever I could, and I appreciate that you
Right.
did this week. You know,
Nah, yeah.
mean,
for real. I'm.
if there's ever nights
main
when
thing for me is Starfield for sure.
well, that was the
That's
biggest.
my,
That was the biggest thing for
yeah.
sure. There was a lot of good stuff, no doubt, a lot of good stuff. But
Oh,
Starfield was definitely the #1 biggest thing. If there's ever other,
And there's a lot of like, looks like pretty amazing games coming out, which
a lot of which is 2023.
always super hype.
There's some good stuff coming at the end of the year still, though. I'm waiting for God of War Ragnarok to get a state of play, its own direct. It's supposed to. People are saying it's going to get its own direct and saying it's supposed to come out in November. So, fingers crossed, because I need that game in my life. I need God of War Ragnarok. It's my most anticipated game of the year. Since Breath of the Wild 2, and Starfield and all that's delayed to next year. So, I mean, it's gonna be tough for it to beat top Elden Ring for me for game of the year. But I hope I just need I want a release date. I want a solid release date. I don't want it to be delayed to next year. Some sources have said it could be delayed to next year, and I'm like, I hope not. But there's a lot of sources saying November, and I think Sony's pretty confident it'll release this year. So yeah, yeah, I think that's about it. Sheldon, if there's any other Tuesday nights that you're not too tired and feeling good, you can always hop in.
For sure.
If there's nights you're not feeling too tired, I appreciate that you came to the podcast. You'll probably be tired at work, but thanks for thanks for coming.
Say, I ain't gonna be there too early. It'll be alright.
I gotcha.
But no, honestly, hope the rest of y'all have a great rest of your night. Thanks again for having me, and I will catch y'all later.
Yeah, see you, Sheldon. So, literally, honestly, that's it. Anyways, I mean, we went over everything. Is there anything else you guys might have? Because honestly, I think that's everything. Is there anything else left? I mean, within the coming week or two, we might get a Nintendo Direct. I mean, I'm waiting.
Nintendo Direct, I'll be talking about Fire Emblem. You can't really stop.
You're gonna be. Well, yeah, I won't be able to stop you. You'll be talking about your Fire Emblem Warriors because it's coming soon, and you know that you're gonna get a trailer for it. You know you're gonna get a trailer for it. Yeah. Well, yeah, you have the demo for it. You've been playing like crazy. Yeah.
Still gotta find my Switch. I think I left it downstairs, honestly, when I got back from your house. If not, then I'll have you.
It's not here. It's not here. I'm telling you, dude. It's not here, man.
Have you checked under the bed in case it for some reason fell under your bed or something?
Okay, I didn't look all the way under the bed. Okay.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying.
I didn't look all the way under the bed.
Yeah.
I mean, what would it be in like the middle underneath? He thinks he left his Switch here, and it's like, what? How? You had it with the case right there, And they said he thinks he could have left it in the car too. I looked in the car; it was not there at all. So it definitely wasn't. You definitely didn't leave it in the car.
Yeah, it's probably either in the room or downstairs or upstairs somewhere in my bag.
I haven't seen it anywhere.
Upstairs.
I'll look one more time, but I haven't seen it anywhere. But it's been a good podcast this week. Hopefully, I mean, I can only imagine there's going to be a lot more news even within the next week, just because we're still in the month of June. So, aside from Nintendo Direct, I mean, I'm sure there'll be other video game stuff to talk about and junk next week. I'm sure there'll be some other stuff there, but I'm just ready for a Nintendo Direct, man, to talk about and go over. Seriously, that's
right now.
That was a lot to go over, though. Capcom, Xbox show, but Summer Game Fest. I'm wondering when we're gonna get the multiplayer reveal for Modern Warfare 2, though. Is there a date? I wonder if there's a date. I want to know. MW2 multiplayer reveal date. What? That late? Likely late July or August for multiplayer reveal. Multiplayer gameplay trailer, at least. That just says likely. So probably July. That's not far away. I'm just wondering what it's going to be all about. You know? And what maps from the OG Modern Warfare 2 is going to be in there. You know? I want to know. So October, there's Forspoken, which I want to play. Modern Warfare 2, which I want to play. And the Resident Evil 8 Village DLC, which I want to play. Like, what the heck?
I want to play those two, yeah.
What date does Forspoken release? Forspoken release date October 11th. That's good. That's good. October 11th for Forspoken, which is good because that's not by Modern Warfare 2 or Resident Evil 8 Village. Because I want to play Forspoken. I'm excited for that. But Resident Evil 8 Village, the DLC is literally just freaking 3 days, I think, after 3 days after Modern Warfare 2's release. So it's whatever. I mean, that's not gonna hurt me too much because Modern Warfare 2 is more of a multiplayer thing. So, but I kind of want to replay Village just because of the third-person mode. Kind of tempted to, you know. Oh, now he left finally.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to replay it when the third-person mode comes out, only because the third-person completely changes it, you know. People had been asking for it, even. I wonder why it wasn't an option in 7. Or, not at launch. It made sense for it not to be at launch, but with the Gold Edition, I wonder why they didn't add a third-person mode. Maybe, I don't know. The world may never know, right? Well, there's no one in chat, so no Q&A there, unfortunately. But, I don't know. Oh, I mean, almost a 2.5 hour podcast here, so it's honestly still pretty solid, you know. We still went for quite a while talking about this stuff. I don't know.
We got a good time.
If anyone actually watches this, then, you know, they can ask questions in the comment section below, but probably not. Although I did figure out how to possibly now upload my podcast to something that is related to Spotify. Sean, you would. It's your job, right? Okay.
That's my job.
Yeah, I have to upload I'm gonna upload last week's first though to
No, so yeah, you should make it.
yeah,
sure, so it's like
which that'll be uploaded tonight. Cameron's all ready and junk. Well, yeah. So
Gotta get that plug-in.
Sean, where can they find you if anyone's watching? You know, I'll link
You
it.
can find me on Twitch as Aggravated Hobo.
Yeah, not that anyone will know right now yet, but you know, hey, maybe one day, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe one day.
And if I ever get back in streaming again, mine would be Mr. Phantom on Twitch.
I don't have you in my auto host, Phil. What the heck? Well, you probably don't. You don't stream
I haven't
anymore.
streamed in a long time.
Okay, well, then it's whatever.
I plan on getting back into
And
it,
I
so
wonder
don't worry.
what
I'll get in touch
Cameron's
with you
is.
if ever
I
get back into it.
genuinely wonder what Cameron's Twitch is
Me too, yeah,
that
I
he
wonder.
streams on. You know?
Kinda strange, kinda strange.
Well,
Yeah,
the world may
it's not
never
like- not like
know.
we would know or anything like that. It's
So,
not like it's right behind them or nothing.
yeah, Starfield was definitely the biggest topic. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That was a lot to, because it's concerning,
For
but
sure.
it's like exciting, but at the same time, it's a concerning game to.
I just
talk
hope they
about.
don't rush it. Is all. That's my biggest deal.
Well,
with
it was delayed into 2023, so it's supposed to come out in first or second quarter of next year. They said all the games that they showed at the Xbox show was within 12 months of the show, so technically they have until June of 2023. I guess that could always be delayed even longer, but if it's delayed even longer, that
Yeah,
means
that could
we're
always
waiting
change.
even longer for Elder Scrolls 6. So it's like whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, whatever. All right. Anyone who's watching, thanks so much for watching, and we do this weekly on Tuesday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week we started at 10 p.m. because there was so much to talk about. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. If anyone did tune into this either live, which probably not, but if you're checking this out on YouTube, thanks so much, and we will see you guys all next week. See you guys next time.